Wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change. And the law is a part of me. But wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change. The law is a part of me, but wisdom is the consciousness of being conscious that you're conscious of being conscious that you're conscious, cause you can go back to sleep or return to the state where the prophet found you.
Islam. Where the Moors that they like to talk that talk?
And now the rock of your salvation is only a step away from everything you used to do and everything you used to say and all those awful things you kept around you. Oh, if I can get you to think, I can get you to free yourself. You a Moorish American, be yourself. Our prophet, no more to Ali, that's what he taught. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, God. Wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change.
I wonder where they at too. Let me see.
But wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change. The law is a part of me, where wisdom is the consciousness.
It is the knowledge of the lower soul, sensing of powers of man and soul. Okay, now let's break down the wisdom. It is the consciousness that man is on. All I and man are one, the north is north. Empowering for the illusion, heaven and earth and hell are not around, above, below, but within which in the light of all becomes naught, and Allah is all.
Islam. Who want the link? Who want the link? Let's get it. 1 second, I'm gonna put the number in a second. Everybody that got something to say, this is your day. Everybody that got something to say, this is your day. Give me 1 second.
That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. Truth don't change. The law is a part of me. But wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. Truth don't change. The law is a part of me. Wisdom is the consciousness.
Drop. I got you, Born Roller. Give me 1 second. You're going to be the first caller, brother. Give me 1 second, Born Roller. I got you. Islam family. We're going to have an open mic tonight. Everybody got something to say about what the brother Tahaka Baby talking about. I want y'all to pass it around. Tell him Tahaka Baby to open his mic up for any and everybody. What happened, Sheik 7? Where you at? What happened, Sheik 7? Huh? What happened, Sheik 7? I'm missing something, brother. I'm missing something. What happened? Thought you was going to come holler at me. You know, I'm taking advantage of this mic. I'm getting mic skills right here. Anyway, so family, give me 1 second. We're gonna get started real quick. Hold on. Let me get this set up right. I'm gonna make sure I get my callers so people can hear the callers right. You know what I mean? Give me 1 second. Make sure everybody get the callers right. You know what I mean? I sent the link. I emailed. So look, it's any topic. No topic is off bounds. Just no cussing. We just gonna address some things. Matter of fact, Sheik 7. I think I put the I put the link in your messenger. All right. Let me get myself situated. Islam. Let me get myself situated. Here we go. Make sure we all right around here. Let me get the number out. Oh, we 1 second. We're going to get situated in a minute. We're going to get right in a minute. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to get right. Put the number up in here. You know what I mean? Everybody got something to say. Islam. Islam. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Wait a minute. I got you. Y'all gotta drink tea. When you get 40 plus, you better start drinking tea. Tea. I just say anything out my mouth. Just start drinking tea. Islam. Hold up, family. Hold up. Let me get this. I be losing myself sometimes. I do. I lose myself sometimes. I be saying stuff, man. I entertain myself. I ain't worried about y'all. Y'all ain't got to entertain me. I entertain myself. Now, how about that? Now, but hold up. See what we got here. Oh, I was looking for the number. That's that old people stuff. Oh. That's what I was doing. It's love. Hold up, family. Go ahead. All right, there we go. Bam. Bam. Why they got this CDC thing up here? I don't want to see this, man. They got this CDC thing invading my territory. Man, they ain't got jurisdiction. All rights reserved. Y'all see that on my screen? They got the coronavirus, COVID-19 demonstration underneath my screen. They ain't allowed to do that. All rights reserved. You know what I mean? They need to understand this. All rights reserved. They shouldn't be right there on my demonstration. You know what I mean? They definitely shouldn't be right here. But I guess they got the upper hand right now. Anyway, let me get the number real quick. So we're going to have an open mic tonight. Anybody allowed to call in. Anybody can even come in. You can ask any question you want. Just keep it respectful. You know what I mean? If I can bring out a file to represent my position, then that's what I'll do. But give me 1 second. Again, if I can, Islam. If I can bring out a file to represent my position, then that's what I'll do. But if not, I'm just gonna tell you it is what it is. Let's get a thumbs up going right now. I mean, everybody's stuck in the house. We might as well just have a good conversation. You know what I mean? But you can pick any conversation you want for the last 3 years that I've been on Moorish World TV. I know y'all got some questions about things that we talked about. I'm pretty sure. And if you do, you're welcome to ask them or expound upon them tonight. You know what I mean? So we're going to get started quite right quickly. I ask that everybody share this if you're able to. And Born Roller, give me about 5 minutes before you call in. I just want to 12, 5, 9. I just want to share the show. I want to share the show, let people know that the show is on. So give me about 5 minutes. Give me about 5 minutes to share the show. And I'm going to leave the mic. I ain't even going to play no music right now. I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? I feel like just talking to people today. I ain't got time to play with y'all. You know what I mean? Let me see. I might need to put on a little bit of lotion or something. You know, they're going to screenshot that. I might got to put on a little bit of lotion. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you what I used to do. You know what I mean? Hold up. Let me put on a little bit of lotion before they screenshot me. Hold up. That's what I do with the camera off. When they get me. You know they going to get me. Eric Muhammad going to get me. Look at his ashy arms. Look at his ashy fingers. No good monkey. Eric Muhammad going to get me. Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing. Eric Muhammad gonna get me. I gotta make sure I'm right. You know what I mean? Make sure I ain't got no snot in my nose. You know what I mean? I gotta do all these things. Really, I'm trying to tell you. He gonna come get me. He gonna be taking pictures. He gonna screenshot. Man, Eric Muhammad's still fighting. I done left the ring with the championship belt. He's still in the ring fighting. Can y'all believe that? Hey, y'all ever see a heavyweight champion after he beat the fight? He go back to the ring when the people gone. The guy still laid on the ground and fight some more. Man, we ain't doing that. Nope. We ain't doing none of that. Anyway, family, I got my brother Asar. Got my brother Asar in the building. Yep. Got my brother Asar in the building. And we going to have a conversation tonight about whatever. Brother Asar, how you doing, brother?
Islam Rashid, I'm blessed, man. I'm just waiting for the news to drop down. I got some questions.
Yeah, but we want some questions and conversation. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, we want some questions and conversations. You know what I mean? It seems like all the time I'm the one that's talking. Islam to Moorish Stronghold Culture Show. Well, let me go to your channel, man. Let me see what's going on with Moorish Stronghold Culture Show as we put this together. Let me see. You know what I mean? We might got to promote this, brother. Let me see what he got. More strong. I know more stronghold. He definitely the real deal. But let me see what his YouTube talking about. We got to pick it up, brother. More Stronghold Culture Show. We got to pick it up. If this going to be a YouTube channel, let's pick it up. What we going to be talking about on the Stronghold Culture Show? You know what I mean? We got to promote that demonstration. We need thoroughbreds. Don't worry about that. That ain't the Corona. Don't worry about it. We need thoroughbred Moorish Americans everywhere. You know what I mean? All on the internet, we need thoroughbred Moorish Americans. You know what I mean? We need like the 30 to 50-year-old. I'm going to say 30 to 50-year-old Moorish Americans, so we can prepare to pass it down to the 20 to 30-year-olds. You see, we got to set the tone. We can't be like them old Moors running around with them Santa Claus bellies. I said it. We can't be like them old Moors running around with them Santa Claus bellies talking about the prophet said. Nah. We got to pass this down to the next generation. I'm trying to tell you. So more Stronghold Culture Show. Come on, brother. Let's get it. I shouldn't say cracking or popping or something. I shouldn't say nothing. Let's get it going. Anything you say people use against you, you already know that. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. Oh, yeah. He with them peoples. Oh, here we go. Patar NYC, my bad, bro. What's going on, brother? You got to call back. You just called, look like it. Was that you? Just called? Anyway, so we're going to let our caller start it off, our brother Asar. So when he called in, what up, D-Red? Come on, get the link, D-Red. What you talking about, brother? D-Red, go to my Facebook. Hit me in Messenger. Come on, we having an open mic conversation tonight. Come on, let's go. Send me the link, D-Red. What's the word out there in the Longhorn State? You heard me? He gonna come on there. What it do, baby? And my boy D-Red. D-Red, come on, brother. We gonna have all them people be talking all this stuff. Here's your chance to come on Moorish World TV and go talk crazy to me. Just don't cuss me out. Because we got this a family show. A lot of people, children. See, what y'all don't know is this. Reason why I don't like cursing, right? This real talk. Y'all gonna listen to me. The reason why I don't like cursing on my show, cuss words, things of that nature. The reason why I don't like cussing on my show, Little do y'all know, y'all probably look at me and like, ah, look at his skinny head. Ah, look at his eyes. But the children of Moorish Americans actually think I'm an animated character. I'm serious. When they see me in person, they be so happy. They be like, oh, oh. They be really excited. You follow me? And so the thing is that those children of Moorish American Muslims be watching the show. I'm talking about they be little babies. They be I'm talking about they be everywhere between 1 and 5, 7 and 12, all the way up. And when they see me, they be like, oh, that's the cartoon guy. And they run and just hug me. I tell you, the Moorish American babies just run and just hug me. And I say to myself, how did the baby know? And I found out that their parents be watching Moorish World TV with their child in tow. And so, sometimes I get worked up, and you might too. But one thing I ain't gonna do is I ain't gonna cuss you out. And I ask that you don't cuss me out. Because if you cuss me out, I'm gonna just get you off the show. That's all I can do. I'm gonna get you off the show. That's all I can do. And you never be on the show again unless you apologize. You know what I mean? Unless you apologize. That's it. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. El Sheik, come on the show. Let me get my brother. I'm gonna get some people up here. We're gonna have a conversation. Anyway, that's right. Ain't nobody, everybody got that Rona. What the European do to y'all? He mess y'all up. All right, we're gonna start in a few minutes. Give me 1 second. X is all out. But anyway, brother Asar, how you doing, brother? Tell the people a little bit about yourself. Where you from, brother? How long you been a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Let the people know who you be, brother. Islam, brother. We can start with you and I right now.
I've been a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America since March 11, 1984. I'm residing in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a member of Temple number 22. I give honor to my Grand Sheik and Chairman, Tahaka Bouquet Bey. I'm just tired of the foolishness and lies. A lot of stuff has been hidden from the Moorish American mind. And I give honor to the Grand Sheik for bringing a lot of stuff up, because I know it set fire on a lot of these old tale Moors. It set me straight. I had issues with this brother for years. I'm thinking he one of these other jokers just popping up, just looking for excitement through social media. Until I started looking at what he had researched. And then a lot of stuff that he had researched, I had knowledge of, but then he went far deeper than I did. And then after last night, and that's it. I ain't got no more to say. It's on. What y'all got to talk about? Islam, please.
Exactly. What you talk about last night, brother? What you talk about the show last night?
Well, yes, sir. Last night, a lot of information was presented. A lot of things within the letters. These letters that were read by the Grand Sheik, these letters are actually prophecies that was preparing the third, fourth generation of the day. Now, some say, well, third, fourth generation, well, your grandmother had to be in there, Temple, and then your father had to be in there, and then you had to be in there. Well, my mother and father was born in 1918. So my father would have been 10 years old in 1928. So he would have been the first generation, right? Or the second generation. My grandmother would have been the first generation. That would make me in the third generation. My parents and my grandparents weren't in the Moorish Science Temple of America. But my mother told me in the mid-70s that my father used to hang around with these men with these red hats and these long black shiny shoes. They were wearing them Madison, high top Madison down there in East Baltimore off of Harford and Biddle Street. They was out there selling, they weren't selling it, but they were doing stuff inside the community. They were doing things. They would have Asiatic cooking different things for them and selling them to the police officers. And it was a lot of work that was being done in the 40s in Maryland, as far as I know. I came through Baltimore, through temples, and in Baltimore, you got 4 or 5 grand sheep. You got a prophet or two. And
you say you got a prophet or two?
so it's good to hear someone come from a historical background where you can have an intelligent, intellectual conversation without getting angry. How you gonna fight with the truth and the divine truth? And which one of these Moorish Americans ever talk about the divine plan of ages? Has anyone, individuals or grand bodies, no matter who you are within the United States of America, has anyone done what Prophet Noble Drew did from 1925 to 1928? Name one. I'll wait. The only people that I know that even taught that is Grand Sheikh Tahaka Bouquet Bay, and our assistant Grand Sheikh and assistant national representative, Almeeton Bay. So I give on. I ain't got too much more to say. I just got some questions because there's some things that I want to know. That stuff that was never talked about Mary Lulu or Christina Price Bay. All these lies that they told about the prophet.
That's
about
right.
being married, this fraudulent marriage certificate. They brought this stuff out there. And then I saw last night, a lot of people are going on old stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the truth and the divine truth and the divine plan of the ages. And one of those letters, Brother Edward Miliel, the only Supreme Grand Sheikh that I recognize, he said that they are in violation of chapter 10, verse 22. So that means that they were trying to put a middleman and try to overthrow the prophet while he was still in the flesh. Before this man came into office, they had already demonstrated this stuff. And there was enough evidence presented last night that it make, if you got any kind of wisdom, if you're dealing with infinite wisdom and not coming from a cardinal nature, because finite minds comprehend things infinite. Infinite minds comprehend these things. Infinite wisdom. That's what we're dealing with here. You know, and sometimes you listen to what he's saying, there's spirit in these words. If you listen to the sincerity of Edward Miliel, Supreme Grand Sheikh, he was sincere in upholding the prophet and protecting the temple. There was everybody against him. So you can say he was this and he was that, but he was the only one that the prophet chose. Now, if the prophet chose him and don't nobody else recognize him, then everybody, no matter who you are, in violation of chapter 10, verse 22. If you got this line genealogy stuff that people using, that don't work no more.
That's right.
If it worked, then we would be intact. We would be a unified nation of people. They keep talking about we ain't no nation, we ain't no nation. Well, you got to spring forth from an organization. Why do you think he changed from a civic organization to a religious corporation, according to Article 2 of the Constitution of the United States? Because it gives us our own autonomy. You know, you talk about the body politics and theocratical government. It's a republican form of government, somewhat. How you gonna get around that?
Absolutely.
You know?
But let me say this. Well, we live on Moorish World TV and we got an open mic. I'm welcoming anybody who wants to come on Moorish World TV. You can come on Moorish World TV and express your dissenting opinion. Express your. If you message me right now in Facebook Messenger, I will send you the link. So, family, over here I'm on Moorish World TV. Over here I'm on Facebook. And what the brother was just talking about was, and part of what he was talking about is the presentation that I did last night. You know, a lot of people do not want us to talk about 1929. A lot of people want to talk about 1926, 27, and 28, but they don't want to talk about 1929. Because see, the moment that you talk about 1929, what happens is you begin to reveal people today for who they were as they were yesterday. For the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, the Moors that are with me today was with me 2,000 years ago. In other words, he says, if you was with Jesus 2,000 years ago, then you with Jesus today. So in order to understand Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we have to understand what happened 2,000 years ago. In order to understand Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we have to understand what happened in 29. See, in 29, things broke down so bad that in order for us to achieve our divine purpose, We have to see what broke down. See, it's something that's said in our Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and we just went over chapter. It says in our Holy Quran in the Moorish Science Temple of America that the body must disintegrate, and this is death. You see, so when we're talking about the body, the grand body must disintegrate, and this is death. But life springs forth from death. Woo! Do y'all understand that? We got any sheiks in here? We got any divine ministers in here? The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said the body must disintegrate. What does that mean? You know what I mean? What does that mean? The body must be broken down into particles so it can be understood. Now, once it's understood, these particles can be put back together, reassembled, and life springs forth from death. And this is the resurrection. So the same as the human body must disintegrate, the body, grand body, must disintegrate. So anybody that lied and made a point and made money and made leadership from a lie, it's not going to go nowhere. You follow me? It's not going to go nowhere due to the simple fact. Brother Akeem, hit me in Messenger. You can get the link. We got an open mic tonight. Anybody can come on. Hit the link. We got an open mic tonight. Anybody can come on. All you got to do is send me your, send me the link in Messenger and I'll send you the link. And so when we start talking about the Moorish Science Temple of America, and all the lies that plagued it. And we're living in majority of those lies today. We're living in the lies. See, this is what the people don't want. This is what the people don't want, family. We are living in the lie of the Moorish Science Temple of America today as it relates to all of these ideals that are being perpetuated and seem to be the Moorish Science Temple of America. You follow me? But when you really understand, family, what's really happening, you understand that we are in a time right now that's a very good time. This is a good time to be a Moorish American and doing it the right way. I'm telling you. Now, you can try to do it the wrong way. You can try to do all you want, but this is a good time to be a Moorish American and doing it the right way. Because when you do it the right way right now, all right will follow. If you living in a lie, I'm going to tell you something. You will be living in that lie for the next 20, 30, 40 years. If you are living in a lie, I don't care what you follow. If you are a Moorish American, if you are NOI, Hebrew, it don't matter. If you are living in a lie, that lie is going to follow you for another 30, 40 years into the next generation, period. And the whole thing that people have to understand is that being a Moorish American does not shield you from the things that can cripple you. It doesn't shield you. What shields you is accepting the unadulterated truth, the truth for what it is. Whether it come into affairs, whether it come in affairs, or whether it come in a homeless man, whether it come in a bow ties or a suit and tie, whether it come with somebody sagging their pants. It's about you accepting the truth. So family, right now, we got my brother Akeem Bey here on Moorish World TV. Brother, welcome, welcome, welcome. We got him back in the building. So family, if you got time tonight, come on Moorish World TV. But I'm going to keep it playing here for a second. So brother Akeem, are you there, brother? Let me unmute the brother. I think I'm muted.
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, big brother?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. What brings you on Moorish World TV? I see you in the chat of Facebook.
Yeah.
I see you ask for the link. What's happening, big brother?
Nothing much, man. I heard you say something about disintegrating the grand body or something like that. You was equating like disintegrating the physical body with the grand body. I wanted you to elaborate a little more.
All right. All right. The brother asked me about disintegrating the grand body. Let me bring some clarification to this. So what I'm talking about, family, we in the Moorish Science Temple of America, we understand things from a deep metaphysical point of view. And if you don't, you should. I mean, everything shouldn't be so surface based. So in other words, if the way that I teach from the basement level beyond the roof, but I might start on the basement level. You know what I mean? This is the way I teach. You know what I mean? And when I teach, let me tell you something. When you watch Moorish World TV, we ain't nowhere but in the living room. We ain't on but on the first floor. When you come into a meeting, when I'm teaching, we done went upstairs. When you come to an ADAB meeting, oh man, we done jumped off the roof, but we ain't hit the ground. Y'all ain't gonna get that one. But when I teach on a basement level. Moorish World TV, we on the first floor. Let's deal with the first floor. So what I said is that just as the body have to disintegrate, and this is death, that's how in 1929, the grand body had to disintegrate, and that is death. But out from death is the resurrection. But what exactly is disintegrate? Everything, now you can learn this in the temple. I know I teach it. When we're talking about words, words are reflections of thoughts. So when we say disintegrate, we're not looking at disintegrate as the definition that's given to us, but we look at disintegrate as the essence of what disintegrate means. And disintegrate means to break down in the most smallest particles, the most smallest molecules. You know what I'm saying? And once you can break something down, disintegrate something, when you can break something down, you can see what it is. In today's world, they will call it reverse engineering. And so it says the body must disintegrate, and this is the resurrection. And out from death comes life. And so the same thing with the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali put on the ground for us. Many people have made lies to protect their interests of leadership and ego. But in fact, the Moorish Science Temple of America must disintegrate. In 1929, that's exactly what happened. It disintegrated. And now comes along leadership of today, whoever they may be. Could be a 13-year-old child, could be a 50-year-old man, it could be me, it could be other Moorish Americans. Now they have to look at that disintegration and they got to reverse engineer it, because once the body has disintegrated, the resurrection is a fact. And on, let me read it to you. Chapter 17 of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Remember, we're using metaphysics to break this down to give us better understanding. All right. Now, it says, there is a holy ministry in death. See, many people are scared. Many people in the Moorish Science Temple of America are scared to acknowledge that the Moorish Science Temple of America was dismantled in 1929 by the workings of creepy Moorish Americans working in opposition of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Many Moorish Americans are scared to admit this, but it happened. The fulfilling of the prophecy was October 28 at the first annual convention. After the first annual convention, everything began to fall apart bit by bit by bit, piece by piece by piece, and it was meant to fall apart that way. Because when we read our chapter, it says, there is a holy ministry of death. The essence of the body cannot be quickened by the holy breath until the fix is solved. Until the fix is solved. Many people don't like me to talk about 1929, but we got to look at these molecules. We got to look at these particles. We got to look at these particles. Until the fix is solved, the body must disintegrate, and this is death. The grand body must disintegrate, and this is death. Then it comes up to say, verse 38, and upon these pliant substances, Allah breathed, just as he breathed upon the chaos of the deep when the world was formed. Anybody know about that chaos? Huh? Anybody know about that chaos when the world was formed? We forming it now, family. Brother say, sure. But were there not still some who held fast? You name them. You name them. You see, one thing about me, I'm not going to deal in metaphors. We're talking about an organization here. See, let me tell you something. What held fast is a law book of remembrance. Anybody understand the law book of remembrance? In the Holy Bible, they call it, what they call in the Holy Bible, I'll grab it in a minute. In the Holy Bible, they call it the Book of Life. They call it the Book of Life. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, we call it the Law's Book of Remembrance. So when you're talking about, did some hold fast? Yes. The thought is the cause of it all. Thought is the cause of all things. So were there some that held fast to the teachings and to the lesson of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Absolutely. Absolutely. However, as an organization, the body, the grand body disintegrated. The grand body disintegrated. This is the chapter right here. And when it disintegrated, it says, and when on these pliant substance, Allah breathed. See, until you acknowledge that everything disintegrated, Allah cannot or will not, because it goes against the laws of nature, it cannot breathe on the pliant substance. You follow me? Man, we up in there now. Let me see, man. I don't know if YouTube ready for this. I don't know if YouTube ready for this. You know what I mean? I don't know if YouTube ready for this. Facebook might be ready for it. You follow me? I don't know if YouTube ready for it, but we gonna get in it in a second. And then I'm gonna bring my brother in. Here we go. Hold up, Hakeem. So it says, in the flesh of man, there is the essence of the resurrection of the dead. This essence, quickened by the holy breath, will raise the substance of the body to a higher tone and make it like the substance of the body of the planes above, which your human eyes cannot behold. There's a holy ministry in death. The essence of the body cannot be quickened by a holy breath until the fix is solved. We have to know what happened. Know what I mean? We have to know what happened. Until the fix is solved, the body must disintegrate, and this is death. And upon these pliant substance, Allah breathes, just as he breathed upon the chaos of the deep when the worlds was formed. Allah is breathing on the chaos as we break it down from 1929 forward. Everything else has been a lie. They don't want to accept it. It's been a lie. So it goes back to say, and life springs forth from death. The carnal form is changed into form divine. Those was with the prophet. Those who was with the prophet. At that time, they had a carnal understanding of the organization known as the Moorish Science Temple of America. The prophet said they did not know. Scooter McCray, I'm about to kick you out my chat. So is this applying only to the grand body? No, I'm applying it to the grand body. Get your mind right. Can't stand somebody come and ask me a stupid question. Brother, you smarter than that. You've been raised by more intelligent Moors than that. Don't come and ask me no dumb question. I'm applying it to the grand body. Stop acting dumb. I can't stand people do that. Does that just apply to the grand body? You got a Quran like me. That applies to the grand body, that applies to your body, that applies to your temple body, that applies to anything that represents a body. Everything that has organs in it, organization. Stop talking crazy. See, we're going to stop playing with you brothers, man. We're going to stop playing. I love you just the same, but we ain't going to play with y'all. Trying to play games. I mean, it is a dumb question when I know you've been raised by more smarter people than that. Talking about ain't no dumb question. When I know that you was raised by the great Supreme Grand Sheikh Prather, and you gonna ask me something crazy? Come on, man. You've been raised by the great Supreme Grand Sheikh Brother Prather, and you gonna get up here and ask me something crazy. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful because I know you know better. Come on, man. I'm not gonna indulge that. Stop playing with me. See, this is what happens when you indulge somebody when you're crazy. I mean, this what happened. I'm gonna throw you under the bus. You're gonna be right up in the muffler. Anyway, in this era of time, family, we are supposed to be bringing it back together. We are supposed to be breathing on this organization. We're supposed to be bringing it back together the way it was during the time of the prophet. Period. Point blank. You know what I mean? What happened to Hakeem? He left out here. Hakeem want to talk law. That spiritual thing messed him up. He ran. Goodness gracious. You know what I mean? That brother, I can't answer my phone right now, brother. He gonna call me while I'm live on Facebook. Anyway, family, listen. So listen, the Moorish Science Temple of America is alive and well. I spilled a little something on me. But let me open the floor to my brother Asar. Don't nobody want to come in. So I'm going to have to hang up, family, so I can take some calls. Y'all want some lessons? Hold up, Asar. Can I give him some lessons, Asar? So hold up. Let me see what brother Asar was going to ask first, because it might be a lesson in what he's asking. What's your question, brother Asar? He's on Facebook.
Islam, what I'd like to ask is, because you got a good sense of humor, you keep me laughing.
I love my brother Scooter McRae. I love my brother Scooter McRae. I know the brother personally. I mean, I love him like a brother, but he ain't gonna get up here asking me nothing crazy. Do that just apply to the grand body? Like, come on, bro. Who are you talking to? Stop it. Let's stop playing, man. Let's stop playing. You know better than that. You know this thing goes 7 degrees past infinity. Let's stop playing. So what was it, bro? Come on with it.
Islam, memorize, give praise to Allah, give honor to no Prophet Jarrell Lee. There was a letter from an attorney named Wendell E. Green, and the letter was dated May 12, 1931.
Right.
It was a case between Emily Eel and C. Kirkman Bay.
Right.
With Judge Ebb Hart. The case was on May 7, 1931.
May 7th, 19th. I hope y'all can hear on Facebook. I think they can, though. But go ahead, brother. Speak up so they can hear you real good.
Okay. What I wanted to know was, why is it that no one wants to recognize this case where Edward Mealy Eel won and was represented by Wendell E. Green? The letter was dated May 12, 1931.
Well, and brother, this is what I'm telling you, and what people don't want to acknowledge, but it is what it is. Many people was like using the scenario that in 1929 or 1930, this is the lies that they made up on our brothers and sisters. One of the lies that they made up, and I hear these elders still talking about it, is that Sister Delia Miliel, they always got to put sex on a sister. You ever notice that? They always got to use that. That Sister Delia Miliel was having a relationship with Morrisell, and Morrisell swindled her out of some paperwork and handed over to Kirkman Bay. That's a lie. Also, there's a rumor. Not only did they do that to the assistant not the assistant, but the Supreme Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother Emeliel and his wife, they did the same thing to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. They come with this scenario that Sister Pearl Drew Ali was having a sexual relationship with Claude Green. It's not so. It's just not so. That was a rumor to throw mud on first the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and a way to get rid of Sister Pearl Drew Ali so they can spring that trap by using Mary Lou Foreman to entrap the Prophet with a lie. And then when you get the Emeliel, they do the same exact thing. So, but to your question, Emeliel went to court. He went to court because he was dragged in court. He didn't take anybody to court. It was letter after letter after letter where Emeliel was pleading with Moors, including Brother C. Kirkman Bey, to come on, stop this. Let's do what the Prophet said. Come on, stop this. It's letter after letter Emeliel is pleading. No one responds. After his pleading goes unheard, they even go to another level and takes him to court. You follow me? Hold on, let me say this. All the tricks that people play here, say, and only presenting information to promote a false agenda. I don't know if you talk about me, brother, but I'm here to debate anybody, everybody. You in Baltimore, we can sit down at the table and debate this. Anything I say, I'm ready to debate against anybody, everybody, from the 100-year-old Supreme Grand Sheikh to the 2-year-old member in the temple. I'm here to debate anybody on this and everything in between. So, this is not Bam Coleman Bay. This is not pointing the finger. We're discussing history. You see how people don't want to discuss history? But they say if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're at, or you don't know where you're going. But as soon as we discuss history that don't go down well with the palate, you know what I mean? Now, why y'all pointing fingers at each other? Why y'all pointing fingers at each other? We're discussing history. This is not pointing fingers. This is documented history. Back to what I was saying. So what happened was, Brother Kirkman Bey drug him into court to try to take over the corporation known as the Moorish Science Temple of America. It was a failed attempt. The judge decided that Emeliel is the one and only president of the religious corporation known and filed under the name of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Now, the whole thing is this. The blurry part that you're talking about, why nobody wants to acknowledge it? Because they was trying to overthrow the Prophet when the Prophet was in the flesh. So of course, when he's out of the flesh, they definitely ain't going to acknowledge his predecessor. They ain't even want to acknowledge the Prophet. They was trying to throw the Prophet out of the flesh. I mean, while the Prophet was in the flesh. This is what I was saying last night on the show. That Emeliel, people like to use that stuff, that Emeliel was soft. We got to stop letting people say that. Emeliel was not soft. You know the scenario was? Number one, Pearl Drew Ali cheated on the Prophet with Claude Green. They slandered that sister. Number two, the prophet had sex with a 12-year-old child. Now, after they're out of the picture, according to them, so they think, then they begin to say, Emeliel was a drunk. Emeliel was weak. And sister Delia Emeliel had a sexual relationship with Moorish. Man, what type of and people that follow Emeliel, supporters of Emeliel, buy into that scenario. But what I'm saying is, and it's proven and can be documented, I mean, the documents can be proven that long before, brother, you want to come and debate it? Sadiq, you can come and debate it. Long before Emeliel was known as the Supreme Grand Sheikh, they was working a scheme to remove the prophet. Long before. And I'm going to tell you something. This is why this is important. The same thing happened with the Catholic Church. You said the Catholic Church, what are you talking about? Do anybody remember? Now we're going to take it up, Brother Asar. Who did Jesus leave as the leader in his absence? Anybody remember? Let's see if anybody know. Anybody know? You go open your mic, brother. Anybody know? Let me look in the chat. Who did Jesus leave? I'm not showing you nothing right now, Sadiq El. I'm not showing you nothing right now, Sadiq. There you go. Akanan Salam Bey said Peter. Rakim Ma'at said Peter. Jesus left Peter to hold it down in his absence. But who ultimately held it down? Paul. There you go. Paul. Paul stole the position. And then you get Catholicism. You follow me? I mean, and then you get Catholicism. And then you get the blend of what they call Christianity today from Paul. So if Prophet Noble Drew Ali left Emeliel is very important. If he left Emeliel as the man to represent what happens when the prophet is not in the flesh or with us, then to not acknowledge Emeliel, not to understand who Emeliel is, you lose the essence of the movement. It is what it is. So, just like Paul ushered in Catholicism, don't acknowledge and follow the prophet's choice, you're ushering in something else. That's just the facts. 2,000 years ago is now. You're ushering in something else. Period, point blank. Don't like it, that's your problem. I mean, don't like it, that's your problem. Period. Let me get Sadiq El out here. Sadiq El is an agitator. He upset. He got to come and debate me if he want this information. I'm not putting it out yet. I'm not putting it out yet, Sadiq El. Come and debate me. Show your face on Moorish World TV. Come and debate me so I can make you look crazy. That's all you got to do. If you're so confident, come and debate me so I can make you look crazy. He says, show proof. He says, show proof that Kirkman Bay started a new organization and plotted with Clark Green. Come on now, more. Come on Moorish World TV and debate me so I can make you look crazy. My research is crazy now, brother. I ain't saying nothing I can't prove. Anyway, any more questions, brother Assad? I'll get worked up.
No, you get worked up.
Yeah.
People
It's an open mic.
evidently.
Look, my thing is, brother, we got people on Facebook talking that stuff, but it's an open mic right now. Anybody can come on. You ain't got to make comments on Facebook hiding behind a fake name, Sadiq L. Come on up here, Sadiq L. You want the link? Who want the link? Let me see if anybody asked for the link. You know what I mean? Who want the link? You know what I mean? They talking all this stuff. This was funny with people. It's funny to me that people that doubt you about what you're talking about, they're not going to face you head on to represent and make you wrong. You know what I mean? Won't you face me, show me that I'm wrong so I can look like a fool and hang my head low and shut up? Wouldn't that be the thing to do? Wouldn't the thing be to do? Big mouth Tahaka Bay, the biggest mouth on the internet. He's a liar. And Sadiq L proved it. Wouldn't that be the thing to do? Prove me wrong so I can shut up and people can see me for who I am. But you can't do that. You ain't built like that. You ain't built like that. You know what I mean? Scooter McCray, go to Facebook and I'm going to send you the link. Hit me in the Scooter McCray in Facebook. You got to go to Facebook Messenger and I'm going to send you the link. Anybody can get the link. Anybody on Facebook, go into the Messenger and get the link. I'm going to be quiet. But I wish I had a timer on here because sometimes I'm going to want to respond. And I'll be like at the Preakness. Y'all ever see the horses at the Preakness? Oh, y'all ain't in Baltimore. If you're in Baltimore, you know when the horses at the Preakness, they be ready to come out. You know what I mean? They be ready to come out. I'm ready to get busy. Look at that Grand Bay. Divided we stand, divided we fall, together we span, especially at times like these. Well, the truth will set you free. I mean, truth will set you free. You talking about divide, stand, and truth is the glue. Truth is the holy breath. Whatever name do we give holy breath? Truth. Know what I mean? Truth. You ain't divided with me because you disagree with me philosophically or scholastically. You're not divided with me. I don't see you as my enemy because you disagree with me. My thing is, prove me wrong. Anybody, prove me wrong. That's all I need you to do. Prove me wrong so I can hang my head and shut my big mouth. Like Tupac, you got a big mouth. It's gonna be your big mouth to get you in trouble. You know what I mean? That's right. That's right. It's gonna be your big. Anybody remember that Tupac interview? It's gonna be your big mouth to get you in trouble. Well, family, right now we are in a crisis. You know what I mean? We are in a crisis right now, family. You know what I mean? And one of the crises that we're in is that we have not been prepared to deal with a pandemic, epidemic, or any type of demic. We haven't been prepared because we have not followed the prophet's laws. We have not followed the prophet's structure, nor have we followed the prophet mandates. The prophet Noble Drew Ali said, preserve these holy and divine laws. Let me see who that is. I don't think I can do it right here. Brother, I said ask for the link. I can't do it right here. I'm live on my page. Oh my goodness, man. Scooter McCray. Let me go to Scooter McCray and send him the link, man. If we gonna come in on the link or not, you can call the number or you can come in, brother. See, you don't follow instructions too good. See, I see we gonna be beefing. Because you don't follow instructions, brother. You know what I mean? I said go hit me in Messenger. See, we're going to be beefing. You know what I mean? We're going to be beefing because don't nobody want to follow instructions. Scooter McCray, I'm sending you the link right now, brother. There's a number you can call on there. You know what I mean? If you in San Jose, if you in Chicago, New York, there's a number you can call on there and you can come on in. Come on in, brother. I mean, who else? Who else trying to come in Noble Chat? Hold up 1 second. Who else? I'm gonna open it up, fam. We gonna pack the room tonight. Anybody want to come on here? And I'm telling you, y'all come on here. Come on. Now listen. It's time. That's right. That's right. That's right. Prove me wrong so I can hang my head. Hey, look. There you go. There you go. Scooter McRae. I'm going to fall back.
Mo, you need to calm yourself down, Mo.
No, I ain't calming down tonight, brother.
Look, hey,
There you go.
number one.
Hold on. Let me get my value right.
I ain't calm down tonight, brother.
Hold up. Somebody got their mic open with the show on. Who got the mic open with their show on? I mean,
Hold up. Let me get my value right.
Somebody got to cut the mic off with the show on. That's you, brother.
Hold up. Somebody got their mic open with the.
Yeah, that's brother. See, sure-footed. Come on, sure-footed. You got the show off?
That's you, brother.
Yeah, bro. What you got the show double playing back for?
Who, me?
All right, there you go. You good? All right, come on. So we're gonna leave the floor open to brother on his name, sure-footed. So I'm gonna go with what he go with. Here we go, family. Let's go.
So number one, when I asked you that question, the way that it was being presented as if it was only applying to the Moorish Science Temple of America. So I asked the question not to be an antagonist or whatever. You know me, Mo. If I gotta say something, I'm gonna say it flat out to you. You already know. I don't cut no cards. I know you don't cut no cards. So secondly, I said that the information that you're presenting is well needed and need to be presented because the custodians who are the elders of the Moorish Science Temple of America, whoever they be, if they had it or they didn't have it, the fact of the matter is a lot of us don't have it. So we can't be held responsible for stuff that we don't have and have not been able to address. Secondly, there have been people for the last 40 years who have defended the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, has defended Prophet Noble Drew Ali against sovereignty and things of this nature. And the younger generation has been a generation, especially Moors that come under the sound of my voice, have been trying to figure out ways and means to promote unity. And as expressed by our teacher, leader, and guide, Grand Sheikh Prater. So, I think we need to be real clear and be real transparent when we talking about certain things. And when I was talking about the lies that have been perpetuated, I wasn't specifically directing it towards you. I'm directing it towards the people who in the past who had promoted these foolish things and that have us separated and things of this nature. So, you got a bunch of Moorish Science Temples of America. And what I mean by ... So, for example, we had a situation here in Baltimore where something was called the Resurrection at one time, right? And if you read the Resurrection book, it tells you that the signs and the symbols of the Moorish Science Temple of America should never be changed. So then, I always had to put up noble temples. Why is that a separation from all the other temples? What's the distinction for? And this is not just only for you, but it's for anybody who demonstrates.
You gotta let me answer that
type of federation, whatever. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You gotta let me answer.
I'm done with that part.
If you understand how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali put the organization together, which I hope you do. If you're not, I'm gonna bring you a reminder. Prophet Noble Drew Ali distinctively classed temples in a certain way. And what I mean, he classified them in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
He classified the Moorish Science Temple of America, Detroit Temple number 4.
Okay.
It was styled as Detroit Temple number 4. Temple number 9 was styled as, anybody know? What was it styled as? Anybody know? It was styled as the West Side Temple. there was distinctions made during the time of the prophet, because when you said the Moorish Science Temple of America, it implied all inclusive, when in fact, every Moorish Science Temple of America connected to the greater head or the central authority actually have their own Rotarian complexion. As it said in the Koran, each subordinate temple are to make laws and customs in conjunction with the Grand Major Temple. So each temple had its own Rotarian complexion with association with the unique central authority. So that's why you had Baltimore Temple number 13. You had Detroit Temple number 4. You had the West Side Temple, as the prophet affectionately called that temple. He didn't even call that temple number 9. He called it the West Side Temple. And
affectionately, right?
Affectionately, absolutely.
Not,
but no,
not in the paper sense.
No. We're not the Moorish Science Temple of America. Noble temples are on paper. We are the Moorish Science Temple of America, legally, lawfully, and stand on that. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, no, I'm glad you cleared that up, because a lot of times when I see your show, it's Noble Temples. Come join the Noble Temples. Oh,
that's right.
Come join the Noble Temples. As it's a distinction.
It is a distinction.
Okay, well, now
I don't want to be confused with them crazies.
Listen, I'm not confused. I know who I am.
I said, listen what I said.
I heard you, Mo.
I don't want to be confused.
Exactly. I know that I'm the Moorish Science Temple of America, right? And I know that you're a Moorish American. And I know that when I see other Moorish Americans and we are demonstrating, we demonstrate as such, and we practice unity. I don't need to make a distinction for myself. You know why? Because my behavior is going to show the difference between a crazy and somebody else. I'm a sheikh. Actually, I'm a grand sheikh divine minister. But I don't go, you never hear me present myself as such. But when I do go places, I demonstrate my degrees. I don't have to say I'm grand sheikh this, I'm grand sheikh that. I don't have to do that, because when it comes time for me to exercise it, that's when I'm an exerciser. It's about the behavior, people's behavior. And right now it's a lot of ratchet behavior on the circuit, which is fine.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me add in. I'm going to distinctively separate us from that madness.
Oh,
I'm going to distinctly.
I understand that.
And guess what? I'm not making no apology for it. When we style ourselves as the Noble Temples, that's only styled as. And if you ever read a charter, an authentic charter from the prophet, he leaves a line right there with nothing in it. And on that line, it says styled as. Matter of fact, let me read it to you.
Well, now that we talking charter talk, you see what I'm saying?
Let me read it to you.
Read it.
It says, this branch of the Moorish Science Temple of America at 608 North Fulton Avenue in the county of Baltimore in the state of Maryland, to be styled and known as Noble Temple. And then it got a line number 22. And so,
well, that's a conversation that I would like to really sit down and
hold up. What I'm saying is this: the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's charter leaves concessions due to function in the way in which I'm functioning. And that's how they functioned back in the day.
I'm not questioning how you functioning, Mo, because guess what? At the end of the day, if you are doing anything outside of what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has established for us, then shame and disappointment will be your reward and your labor. But for your labor, that's not. And as far as I know, and from what I see what great work you're doing. And if I see any BS, I call you on it, and vice versa with you and me, because that's the type of relationship that we have. And if you saying that you a sheik, I'm saying I'm a sheik, I should be able to call you on your behavior, period, point blank. But you got people out there that's calling themselves sheiks and this, that, and the third, and you go to them and you call them on their behavior, they catch the king baby syndrome. You understand what I mean? They catch the king baby syndrome, start pouting, all that stuff that separated us during the time before the Prophet Noble Drew Ali when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali left the scene. So a lot of people don't understand that when Prophet Noble Ali went to different states, he taught a degree on this to this particular person. He might have taught a degree on something else to
That's
another
all
person.
conjecture. That's
It's
all
not.
conjecture.
According to that, listen, Mo, according
Who
to
told you that?
Ain't nobody tell me that. Let me tell you why. Brother Prophet John Givens here, right? He was the prophet chauffeur. And not only
What year did he join the Moorish Science Temple of America?
Now I'm a little
Let's see how much you know about Prophet.
I'm a little rusty on what year.
Oh yeah. If you can answer that question, I'm gonna tell you what, you will open up a whole new world to yourself about Brother Prophet John Givens Hill. Answer that question. What year did he join the Moorish Science Temple of America? Anybody know?
I just explained to you. I just told you that I didn't know. So I don't know what year he joined.
I'm trying to tell you, when you find that out, it's going to open up a whole new world for you. I'm trying to tell you.
And let me tell you why I disagree. Whenever I find out what year he joined when I find out what year he joined the temple, if I just find a year and I don't have any other documents reference to that, then only thing I have is a year. Do you see what I'm saying with you?
What year and month?
Huh?
It's out there. What year and month did he join?
I'll go look for it, Mo. I'm not one to say that I know something that I don't.
I'm telling you that when you find,
always open for learning.
What I'm saying is, when you find that answer, let me give you an example. And I'm not implying this at all. I'm just giving a raw example just to make a point.
Shoot.
I'm giving a raw example just to make a point. Suppose you did some research and find John Givens Hill joined the movement April 1929. Would that change your perspective?
No, it wouldn't change my perspective. Oh, yeah, it would change.
It would. It actually would. So I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying that dates and times does matter when we're trying to put history together.
What I'm saying, it matters, Mo. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is, if I just see a date and I don't see any other attachments along with those particular dates, at the point in time that I find a date, it might not mean anything to me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And as I'm an avid researcher. I happen to have a master's degree in applied social science, and my concentration is public administration. So as a result of that, I love research, and I know that when I just see one thing, I got to keep digging, because the first thing that I find might not be what it is. So I can stand corrected just like any other person can stand corrected. And when we practice emotional intelligence, we're not caught up on what's, I'm right. If you got something that can prove and make me see from a different perspective, share it, and I'm willing to look at it. But
Indeed.
you don't have a lot of people in the movement like that. They so caught up on what it is that they've been taught and what they've been told. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I know man knows not by being told, and I tell all the younger sheiks a lot of times, when you are presented with information, take an investigative look, and then you got to be really careful with paperwork too, because people tamper with paperwork then and now.
Absolutely. But let me do this, brother. Let's let somebody else have a conversation real quick.
Ahead.
I see the brother Sheikh Mazook Razeen L. I don't know, is Galaxy J2 and Moorish Muslim. Who is Moorish Muslim?
Sheikh 7.
Oh! Sheikh 7 is in the building. Hell, out in North Carolina. But let's get the Sheikh Mazook Razeen L in the building. Brother, I know, man, this is my bro here. Family. When we talking about building something, we're talking about really putting your blood, sweat, and tears into something. And real soon, we're going to have this brother on the show to show that it can be done. And what I mean, you can manufacture and distribute, produce your own food, get it on the shelf legally and lawfully, and fight for it to be a staple in all the homes of our people. And so this is my brother. I admire the brother for all the work that he do in the name of our people, whether you proclaim Moorish or not. That brother been putting it down for a minute, and I'm honored to have him amongst the right of the Moorish Science Temple of America styled as the Noble Temples. Absolutely. Brother Mazouk Razi L, the floor is yours, brother.
Islam, Muslims. I rise and give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe. I give high honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali. I also give honors to everybody in the platform here. It's kind of a surprise to me. I saw some other brothers talking about go to Moorish World TV, and I saw the Zoom platform opened up. So I just kind of popped in to see what was going on. And so I don't know if I'm sure you brothers don't know me. I'm from down here in Columbus, Ohio. I came into the Moorish Science Temple with a background in manufacturing, and I opened up a commercial cannery down here in Columbus.
And, don't go too much. Don't give. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just joking.
Okay. But I come in with something to add, to put on the table. And, you know, I'm open to everything Moorish, and I'm here to learn. I hear you brothers in here, and I got to sit back and just listen and learn, because I'm kind of young. I'm still an infant in the Moorish Science Temple of America, but I do know a lot otherwise. And so I don't know how far you want me to go into this, but
I just, you know, I get excited every time you talk, brother, because you're an inspiration, you know, and then you downplay. He got an online bookstore, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just, you know, it makes me feel, you know, like I am, regardless of what people may think about me on Moorish World TV, I could care less. You know how we do in our private meetings. You know how we do in our temple meetings. And man, it's just an honor to be amongst such progressive people. And we have so many progressive people within the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples. And it's just an honor, brother. So I just like hear you talk, brother. It's all right with me.
Islam.
So if you want to sit back and listen or talk, it's all right with me, whatever.
I think I can learn a lot by listening.
Islam. But that's the bro right there. I'm trying to tell you, man, you know, many people look at me as some people might just go far to say I'm a circus sideshow. For real. It don't matter to me. You know, this is what I told a brother today. Honor to my brother from Texas. I'm not gonna throw his name out there, but I talked to him on the phone today. I said, you know what? I said, we got such strong Moorish American amongst the ranks in what we're doing. I said, what makes them strong is they are able to get past the facade, if you want to call that, or the persona that I project on Moorish World TV. If you can get past that and get to the essence of the Grand Sheik, then guess what? You the real deal, because you didn't fall for the okie doke. You didn't fall for the worm over the hook. You like it. There's something more to that, you know? And so what? Say it again, brother.
You a Pisces? What's your sign, man?
Aries.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. And so most people that join the Noble Temples, and I'm using the Noble Temples affectionately, you know, most people that join the Noble Temples, they join because they have a strong desire to do what they have read about what the prophet has done. So with that being said, we got a strong group of brothers and sisters that's moving on the program of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And the good thing about it, all of them bring a certain skill to the table. They ain't coming asking with the Moorish Science Temple of America built. They coming like, how can I add on? Praise the Lord for that. But let me go to, before I get to my brother Sheik 7, let me get to my brother Galaxy J2. Who you be, Galaxy J2? Come on, brother, come on in. And family, I'm about to go out. I'm about to go out on what is this? Facebook. And y'all just come on over to YouTube. Hang out with us. We be here for the next hour. Come on over here. Come on over to YouTube. Hang out with us. I'll be here for the next hour. Sure-footed might leave. You know what I mean? Because he owed me something. Now he owed me something. Yeah,
Oh,
he owed me
good.
something.
Hey, you know I'm gonna go look, and when I come back,
bro, you know
when
you'll
I come back, please have something for me.
hey, believe it or not, this is my brother. I get work. Hey, brother, y'all got to be careful when y'all come on Moorish World TV because I go in straight to Hawker Bay mode. On the ground, when you see me on the ground, you're going to see Sheik T. Johnson Bay. But on Moorish World TV, it's straight to Hawker Bay. So y'all got to excuse me. You know what I mean? You know how what her name? Beyonce when she hit the stage, she turned into Sasha Fierce. Well, it's kind of like that. It's like the Sheik turns up 20 times 10. And so if I offend anybody, I apologize.
True that.
I'm a savior of humanity. It's but with that being said, let me get Galaxy J2. Who is Galaxy J2?
Peace and blessings. This is actually Wayne Brian Eel. I don't know, when I came on to the thing, I had to sign in and it wouldn't actually come up as my name. So it's saying my phone. But yeah, this is Wayne Brian Eel.
That's all right. I'm gonna call you Galaxy J2 today. Nah, I'm gonna call you. Where you coming from, big brother?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Uh-oh. Brother. All right, I'm about to ask the real question. Are you a member? Yeah. Are you a member of a temple?
So Sheik, are we talking about the
Hold up. Are you a member of the temple?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Praise the Lord. Yay! Temple Moors in the building. I'm just playing. Man, they get them non-temple Moors, man. But we all Moors at the end of the day. So I'm just playing. Come on now. Go ahead, brother. The floor is yours, brother.
Peace, blessings. Yeah, I definitely want to establish something here in Tennessee, because even in Memphis, where there's a high Asiatic population, we really just don't have it. So I'm definitely hoping that, we can definitely make some moves in time, you know what I'm saying, and build something here for, uplifting fallen humanity, because it's a desperate situation out here. And I didn't know, are we talking about the coronavirus? I mean, it don't matter, but it is like,
you can talk about the corona, you can talk about whatever floats your boat right now. We just gonna open the mic up and let it flow. Okay. Anything you want to talk about. You know what I mean?
Okay. Definitely, Muslim. It's kind of like this, right? So in my mind, because there's a bunch of stuff that I kind of want to talk about, but first off, I do want to talk about Corona, because I think that that's really important. I, within myself, find it completely connected to 5G. Like, I understand that that's definitely going up this year, and I also see it as a way of stopping, like, the new bridge project that China was doing. Like, I've listened to a lot of brothers. I know their opinions on it. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of brothers are saying it's because of what the Chinese eat, and a lot of people are saying, it's a big deal. Some people are saying it's a hoax. I definitely believe it is a hoax. You know what I'm saying? I do not want us to panic. Now, I understand that we should be making ourselves ready. Yes, absolutely. We should be keeping ourselves clean. Definitely, for sure. I'm not saying that it's completely false, but I'm saying predominantly it is being blown out of proportion, because anybody with any type of fundamental understanding will know that when people go to different places, like when a whole group of people go into a place they're not familiar with, they're going to carry some sickness with them. They're going to carry some illness with them. They know that. That's not something uncommon. It's a known fact. In this project that they're doing, the new bridge project that China's been doing, that's taking them to Venezuela, all throughout Africa, places in other places in Asia. They knew that there was going to be some diseases. They knew that was going to happen. So they decided to blow it out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? And they doing that in order to stop them from making trade. And they're trying to throw us into a panic for two major reasons. They want us to buy up all the food. They want us to panic. They want us to buy up all the food. You know what I'm saying? They want us to stop buying Chinese products, which is almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is also connected to 5G, because they want to put us under military control. You know what I'm saying? They put us under military control. They're going to start building these towers, which exactly. They want us to put us under martial law, you know what I'm saying? So they can build these motherfucking towers. To build these towers, you know what I'm saying? And that's going, and nobody's for that, because they're going to lose 80% of their jobs. We're going to lose 80%, you know what I'm saying, of the employment. No, I don't know anybody who has grown. Yeah, and so that's the thing, man. I have no idea. I believe that it is a hoax, you know what I'm saying, and they're doing this for an agenda. So just as us, as far as being Asiatics, we have to think about our population first. So I feel like you were saying, brothers need to start growing their own food. That's definitely what has to happen first. We do have to start growing our own food. We can't depend on the supermarkets, because we know people are gonna buy that shit up. They know that there are shortages coming. You feel what I'm saying, she? And it's just like, I mean, what do you feel like we should do? What do you feel like is the best plan?
So listen. In reality, many people may think that this is a far off plan, but it's something that I've been pushing for and struggling to try to get off the ground for the last 2 years. We have to plan to live together. That's the only solution. That's it. Now, everybody is not going to do that. And that's understandable. But those who that's not going to do that should support those who are about doing that. Why is that? Because those that live together will be the one that create the economic base for those who does not choose to live together. So in other words, those who, for instance, I have an idea, whereas though I'm running into some issues here in West Baltimore about this area where they're trying to really regentrificate. And so now I'm thinking about some property out in this county, not really the county, but it is the county, off of Rolling Road. And it's a bunch of fields out there. And there's acres of land out there that's dirt cheap. So by the end of this year, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm saying we need land so we can put structures on it, and we have enough of growing field for our own produce, our own sustenance, if you will. Dig our own well, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, to some people that might say, man, hold up, man, you really thinking too big. But in fact, with the right amount of finance, and it doesn't take much, with the right amount of finance, that can be done within a 12-month period with a plan to get you there. But now, again, this is why it's the solution. Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave us that solution. This is why it's the solution. When you got a field of elderberry, when you got the field of all the herbs, all the healing things that you can heal your own people with without taking all these pharmaceutical drugs, these preventive measures, you're raising healthy people, you're maintaining a good health, balanced health. Also, when things go super crazy, you have refuge for those who chose not to live amongst you, but they supported in the cause of living together. So, for example, if someone was a part of the Amish village and they chose to leave the Amish village. Now, one thing about the Amish, and I like to use them as an example, they not worrying about running to no grocery store, lines around the corner. They done already stocked up. They do it anyway. It's a part of their culture.
They don't even have electricity, do they?
Yeah, they not tripping off none of this stuff. Now, if those chose to leave the congregation or the community, they're always welcome to come back. So even in this coronavirus, whether it's real or fake, the Amish people got a place of refuge right now. Whether Moorish Americans know it or not, they don't have no refuge. There is no leadership pushing for them to have security on that type of level.
I disagree though, Mo.
You know what I mean? Well,
I told you some time ago I had established an affordable housing land trust, and it's not just for houses, it's for land right here in
I said,
Maryland.
where is it?
What I'm saying is we need Moorish Americans to build it.
No. What I'm saying, where is the land?
No, you said that nobody's pushing for that.
I'm asking you.
What I'm saying is we have to get the land. The Affordable Housing Land Trust has been established. I can't just do it by myself. We need a collective. This is not just an individual situation.
Brother,
it's
you
a
are
collective.
What I'm saying
and
is
let
me add on with this, brother. You are with a body of Moors with over 200 Moors easy.
Mo,
there is no excuse for that.
Listen, Mo,
there is no excuse. If I had 200, and we moving up on 200, I'm telling you, I'm demanding or I'm kicking you out.
You're not listening, Mo. I'm not.
But Mo, I would say though. Yeah, because I would say, man, see the thing about it is, because I hear what you're saying, and I can understand why you pushing, and I hear what you and the sheep pushing. The thing is, brothers have to get organized. That's the thing. You can call yourself a Moorish American.
That's my point.
But if you're not organized, you ain't nothing you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because see, like I talk to Moors regularly. Absolutely, Sheik, and I hear what you're saying. I talk to, and believe me, I know how hard it is.
That's my point. That's my point. And we got to be careful what we say, because I'm gonna tell you, if you are under an organization that's been around over 20 years and you talk about you need Moors to get together, then there's a problem with your organization, because you've been around an organization long enough and you got the bodies.
What I'm saying is, Mo,
you got the body. No, you don't need me.
You're not listening.
You've got the body. You have been a part of an organization that's been around over 20 years.
All right, Mo, you got it, Mo, because you on your rant.
No, Mo, because we are asking people to organize with us when we are already supposed to be a part of an organization.
Mo, you got my number just like I got your number, Mo, and I hear from you sporadically, just like you hear from me sporadically. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just a Milton Avenue or a Baltimore Temple thing. And what I'm saying is 1 acre land, sure, I could do that. But who just wants 1 acre land? I want 20.
Bro, but you got to start from somewhere. What do you mean? Give me 1 acre. Can I get 1 acre from you? Let me get 1 acre from you. When can I get 1 acre from you?
Listen,
I need that acre.
You understand the concept of an affordable housing land trust, first and foremost. Because I
need that 1 acre. What I need to do?
All you got to do is establish it right here in Maryland.
I need the 1 acre. If you don't want it, let me get it.
Mo,
get it and gift it to me.
This Mo not listening, Mo. I'm gonna sit back.
No, Mo, I don't like fantasy excuses, Mo. Listen, I don't like fantasy excuses.
You're not you don't even know what it is to listen. You asking for land and you're not even listening to what I'm saying. You're not even listening to what I'm saying.
Hey, brother, hear me out. What I'm saying is this. I want you to hear me clear. Before you can depend on support of me or any other moment, no, hold up. You are amongst an organization that your organization should be establishing the blueprint for other organizations to model themselves.
We are, and this is what I just said. We are doing that, but it's not just a me thing or just the I thing or just my temple thing is what I'm trying to tell you. You keep talking about a community. That's I established the Affordable Housing Land Trust, and I am doing the footwork to be able to get the things that needs to get to be had. But we know and understand that it takes finance to uplift the nation. And what I'm talking about in this sense, we know and understand the upkeep of the temple, which we do very well. You understand what I'm saying? And we do not have 200 Moors in my body. If we did, believe you me, some people would have a refuge to come. But what I'm saying is it's a lot of talk and no work. And I'm one of the Moors in my body, along with other Moors who are doing things, but we are kind of double stepping, like you doing work. Then I'm doing work, somebody else doing work. When we could collectively,
no, you got it wrong.
We could collectively be doing. Okay, Mo, you got.
Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. I keep it a buck. I keep it a buck.
Okay.
And I want to give it back to my brother Galaxy J2 and then to Moorish Muslim. I'm gonna keep it a buck. In order for the Moorish Science Temple of America to work, it's going to have to work and function as the prophet set it up. The prophet did not set the Moorish Science Temple of America up to a function and work under multiple authorities. He set the Moorish Science Temple of America to operate under a central authority. And he was that central authority. And in his absence, Emmanuel was that central authority. So in order for the Moorish Science Temple of America to function at its highest rate, it must model itself after what the prophet left for us. Anything else is a fantasy. Huh?
Who is the central authority?
I am the central authority for the Moorish Science Temple styled as the noble temples. I am.
You say a central authority.
I am the central authority. Yes.
For the noble temples.
That's right. That's my point.
I'm talking about who is the central authority for the Moorish Science Temple.
I am the central authority for the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples. So when one of them, let me tell you something. When one of our members get into an issue, guess what? They reach out to me and I talk to any municipality. I am the central authority.
So you're the central authority for my organization. And
no, I'm not a central authority for you. I have nothing to do with your organization.
That's what I'm asking.
Maybe you don't understand. Let me break it down clearly for you.
I'm listening.
What I'm trying to say is, because you are part of an organization, these things must be handed down from the top of the central authority for them to be effective.
And they
just can't be sporadically. I work with you, you work with me, I work with you, you work with me. It doesn't work like that. The Moorish Science Temple of America is not set up in that way. That's my point.
Well, I was not making that point. I was not trying to make. What I'm saying is, other people are doing things separately, and I don't know specifically what you're doing. Not that I need to know everything that you're doing. But we need to communicate more, and that what the brother was saying earlier, organization. Because if the Razim Il is producing food, we need to collectively push our efforts to help him be as successful as he possibly can be. If I'm doing something dealing with a land trust, people, you can surround me or not, I'm going to get it done. But we need to start collectively getting behind one another.
That's called patronizing. That's just patronizing.
It's not just patronizing, Mo.
No, it is. We must patronize each other.
Okay,
it is patronizing.
Tomato, Mo. But
no, what I'm saying is
trying to monopolize the situation. Let somebody else talk, Mo. I'm not going to keep.
No, let me say this before I roll out.
I'm listening.
What I'm saying is this, brother. Only thing I'm saying is this. If you are part of an organization and you have something called the land trust, your organization should be trying to exact the most extreme successes out of that and then branch out. That's just how it should be.
And we are doing that.
Islam. Let me get Galaxy J7, J2 back in. Are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here, Sheik. I'm here. Am I muted?
You live and well.
Oh, okay.
I got short for the sweating up there.
Man, with the brother,
he gonna run down the army. Hey, J2, he gonna run down the army in Baltimore, but I'm having my camera on. I need all the sheiks and all divine ministers know that his name is not sure-footed. He gonna run down the army.
Nah, head, Mo. Clean. I just shaved it.
That's my brother. That's my brother, Scooter McCray. Islam, more. Islam, more.
But yeah, no, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying though, right? Because I hear what you're saying, man. And you absolutely right. That's what it's saying in the Quran. Quran say, man, each and every sheikh has the power to organize his temple, man. He's empowered to create law and enforce law according to the prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple in America. I kind of messed that up. But
you're right, though.
When I say organization, huh?
I say you're absolutely right.
Yeah. When I say organization, though, man, what I'm saying is, we have to have everybody in their place, right? Because see, that's one of the things that we have a problem in with this temple, at least as far as what I've experienced. Now, with your noble temple, everybody seems to be in line. But I know, like, as far as like coming from institutions and going to the street temples out here, man, brothers is just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You got the sovereign citizen stuff. You got people who want to be Masons. You got all this all over the place. So it's hard to actually get any type of real plan down. Like even when we have emergencies like this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm absolutely for building a community. I got some land in my name. I'm definitely trying to build something on it. You know what I'm saying? Like in time. You know what I'm saying? I got some other stuff I got to work out, but it's just like as far as right now though. Getting brothers like just even to have that mind building capacity. First off, they want to come in, they want to compete. You know what I'm saying? That's really one of the main problems we got, man. Everybody wants to be the grand sheep. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand you, the brother show footed, y'all got y'all body, y'all got y'all temples. But it's just like, man, out here on the streets, man, these brothers, man, they going to the temple. They ain't trying to learn. They trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? And they get to talking so much, man. And that's really what gives rise to a lot of this sovereign citizen stuff.
Hey, bro,
because it's like, man,
I got to catch that. Did you hear what Brother Marzouk Razin El the Sheikh said when he closed out? He said, I just want to learn. Family, and I'm gonna tell you something. Honor to the brother Asar Setiel. He always said, I've been around since the 80s, but I got to sit back and listen to the Sheikh. This is something he's saying in our private meetings. And our group of Moors are excellent learners and developing into excellent teachers. Do you see what I'm saying? Excellent. And it's a different me from Moorish World TV. I guarantee you, anybody in here,
absolutely,
there's a different me when we teaching these lessons. You follow me, brother?
Yeah. You the same all the time, Mo.
Hey, nah, for real, man. Mo be dropping some lessons like real proper. Like he ain't nothing like he ain't doing no rapping, no screaming. He actually doing it, man. And that's one thing I love, man. And I appreciate that, man. And I ain't even gonna be on here for like no whole lot of time, but I just want us to say, man, like right now, as far as we need to come together as a people, because this agenda is not gonna have us in our favor. We have to realize the vast majority of Moorish Science Temple men are working class, and they are going to be useless in a world of 5G. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. So we need to come together, definitely pool our money together. You know what I'm saying? We need, just like the prophet said, man, come together, man. It takes finance to uplift the nation. And that don't mean just giving your finance away. That's talking about building something up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers need to start growing their own food. They need to start being industrious. And I understand that there's a confusion about that. Like I think brothers, man, come in here and they think being industrious is just getting as much money as possible. That's not. Being industrious is making your money circulate and work for you. You know what I'm saying? Being industrious is building with your bread, man.
Some people,
you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, Moab, like I hear what the brother Showfoot is definitely saying, and I understand his struggle, because a lot of Moors, man, they see you doing work and all they want to do is sit back and watch. They're gonna wait till you tired and then they want to see if they can do it better. You know what I'm saying? And I could definitely see that, because I done seen Moors do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit back, watch you run your feet, and then as soon as you tired, they gonna go off with their own thing and try to prove they can do it better. And see, that's what I'm saying. As far as us, it's all got to be, because like Sheik, I definitely take you as the central authority, but be all the way real with you. All praises go to Allah. You know what I'm saying? Allah should always be our central authority.
You better believe that.
Yeah, and I mean, with that, I mean that's all I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go sit over there and talk all night, man. I love you, Sheik, man. I love you too. I love everybody who's on here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let me say
and absolutely, Allah is definitely the sole central authority of us all. You know, and just to add on a little bit, I just like to just clarify that the Moorish Science Temple of America is set up in such a way that it's an organized effort. And so to break outside of that organized effort is going to be nothing but confusion, no matter how good your intentions may be. See, when you look at brother Supreme Grand Sheikh Pratha El, He's the central authority of his group, whether you like it or not. I can't go over there and tell them, bro, I'm gonna take sure-footed up on charges. That's old. That's silly internet Facebook stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Sheila. I'm going to take Sheila Seabreeze Bay up on charges. No, you know what I'll do?
Not, Mo. No, you not.
No, what I'm saying is that's silly Facebook stuff.
I
you know
see
what I'm saying?
Right.
In reality, Sheila Seabreeze Bay, a dues paying member under the central authority, can make a complaint against her brother. The best thing I can do out of respect.
Grand Sheik as long as we've been in the temple.
Exactly. So you get my point. Y'all under the same central authority. Now, but the whole point is this. If I do have a problem with anybody over there on Milton Avenue, I can pick up the phone in a minute and say, listen, I think we need to deal with this right here because it's going to be an issue. Well, what's going on, brother? And it's taken care of immediately. Absolutely. When I made the phone call and I said, we're going to be out on the streets. Can you see if anybody want to walk with us on the streets? Do you know what? Who was there? Who was there, brother?
Me and some other Moors.
There we go. And so that's unity in the truest sense. You know what I mean? Unity doesn't mean we have to be under the same central authority. Unity is that we have to respond in the time of need to help each other to move forward to progress and success. That's true unity.
That's true unity.
Regardless of your central authority. You see what I'm saying? Because his central authority may mandate something that I find that is unnecessary. Sorry, I may mandate something that is central. So we can't be all the way into the gumball machine with all the different colors. It don't work like that with the Moorish Science Temple of America. However, we can still work together. So I'm going to charge this brother today to give me a piece of that land, but I need that acre. We need that acre, brother Razzie now. We need to put some peppers on that demonstration. Some red hot chili peppers. Anyway, let me get my brother Moorish Muslim in the building. Your turn, brother. I've been talking enough. And then we're going to get my brother Latimer Bay. And then we're going to get El Mahid. Come on. Anybody want to drop off? You can drop off. But we're going to keep it going for a little bit more. Come on, brother Moorish Muslim. Who is this Moorish Muslim character? There you go. There you go. Uh-oh. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself. There you go. There you go. Islam. Islam.
First and foremost, I rise and giving all thanks and praises to Allah. Highest honors to his holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali. Honors to the forerunner, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Honors to the first Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother Emiliel. And honors to all those Els and Bays carrying the spirit of the Prophet Islam.
Islam.
Just camelbacking off of the conversation that was the dialogue that was just being had. First and foremost, in my humble opinion, when we investigate the teachings of the Prophet Noble Jew Ali, it's one number that continuously comes up throughout the divine teachings. And that number is 1. Allah is 1. We have one Allah, one prophet, one temple. However, just as all things, all created things are portions of one great thought, so is every temple on the manifest a portion of one great thought. And to be successful, we have to all be tuned in to one great thought. And what I mean by that is collective thinking. If we can't collectively think upon one thought, how can we ever get progress? And what is that one thought? Now, I'm not saying that when in speaking of central authority, as you demonstrated so elegantly, I'm not saying that everyone will come under one central authority. But this one central authority that I'm speaking about should be the laws of the Prophet Noble Jew Ali, and the thinking and desire and direction in which the Holy Prophet desired for this movement to go should be the one thought that we all think upon and move forth in that particular direction. Of course, we probably will never see the point where the Moorish Temple of America is under one leadership. Of course. However, are we all thinking upon that one thought? And that's the question. And the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's footprints are clear and cut. They're clear and cut. And that means the direction that the Holy Prophet went is clear and cut. So there has to be obedience somewhere. So in my humble opinion, dealing with that particular demonstration, no matter where your temple is, whether it's in Chicago, Texas, Detroit, North Carolina, South Carolina, VA, who your leadership is, whether it's Braswell Bay, Rothside Yale, Bailey Yale, or now Keith Dangerfield, Portishead, whoever your leadership is. If we're all thinking upon that one thought and we're all moving in that one direction that's clear and cut, guess what we will all do? We will all meet up at the same destination. Islam?
Islam. Let me add on to that real quick. All right, bro. You know, that's my bro. But I'm going to add on real quick. So, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. No, you're absolutely right, brother. This is the thing. In reality, you are 1,000% correct. But in contrast to that 100% correct, until we understand the complete structure that Prophet Noble Drew Ali left for us and we follow it to the letter, we will not reap the benefits as an organization that was reaped during the time of the Prophet. That's why I call what we do is Orthodox Islamism. We look at what the Prophet demonstrated and say, we're going to do it like that. If the Prophet didn't demonstrate it, we don't demonstrate it. If I demonstrate it and one of the sheiks, adepts, divine ministers, even members see or have a problem with what I'm demonstrating, then I got to do some self-reflection. And so the whole thing in the nutshell is whatever the Prophet did, that is where the reward is going to come from. The reason why we haven't been rewarded as organization, I don't care what body, what hero, what leader, what moderator, supreme branch, I don't care which one someone is under. If it's not producing what the Prophet produced, there might be a problem. There might be a problem because a lot of times we don't look at timelines. Like in business, one of the most important things that you can do is look at timelines, see what your gains is, and see what your losses are. That's one of the most important things you can do in a business. If you don't doing that in business, you won't be in business long. How long have I been doing this? And what have I produced from it? What have I lost? That's one of the that's the key thing of business. As I teach in the Moorish Temple of America, we are in the business of saving souls. How many souls have I taught to help them save themselves? How many? And when I say it, I'm talking about from an organizational perspective. I'm not talking about, man, we can go on forever. You know what I mean? The dismal Crips, walking down the street, the hooker, that we can go. But I'm talking about in the organizational structure as laid out by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, how many of those are willing to submit to the structure as laid down by the Prophet for their own benefit? That's the game changer. The game changer is how many people are going to be patient enough and work the Prophet's program according to the Prophet's mandate. That's the game changer. Now, last but not least, how long should this plan take? Well, if the prophet worked his in 2.5, 3, then all you get is 6 years. That's all you get.
5.
Yeah, there you go, Scoot. You get 5 years. Anything after that, there's a problem. There's a problem. And so my thing is, 7, is we need to formulate new ways of teaching this old gospel. We need, when the prophet Noble Drew Ali, think about this for a minute. When the prophet Noble Drew Ali stood in front of the people in Unity Hall and told them that he was going to be tied up and he was going to escape before their eyes. See, the underlining message was in the small print that he also going to heal people too. But because he told them that he was going to be tied up and he was going to do this trick, this magic trick, everybody showed up and paid their 10 cents. But under that was the small print. He will also heal people right before your eyes. And so just like the prophet utilized these talents that he had to draw people in, it's the same thing I do on Moorish World TV. I was hooping and hollering in my living room. My mother see this and my mother be like, boy, you still crazy. My mother, I was doing this in my living room long before there was a YouTube. And so we need to utilize our talents. Brother, you got bars. Man, you should be dropping a song every week. You should be flooding it with nothing but the science. Scooter, businessman. He should be drawing them people in with, he's an intellectual. You know what I mean? He better not join Ali's men, though. It's going to be a problem. Man,
you already know what the situation is.
Oh, no.
that was a low blow. Hey, Scooter, that was a low blow for Ali's men. Sharif, don't be mad at me. Sharif is a joke. And y'all don't have no sense of humor, brother Sharif. But that's all I'm saying. I agree 1,000%. He was kicked out.
Kicked out a long time ago.
they different type of intellectual. But anyway, brother Sheik 7, you 1,000% right. Guess what? If we submit to the true central authority, then we will understand each and everybody under that authority, regardless if we agree with them or not. We'll have tolerance. You follow me?
Emotional intelligence, tolerance. That's right.
Islam.
Bro, you coined a new phrase called emotional intelligence, brother. Because you keep saying that word. What's up with that word?
Study it, Mo. Study it, Mo.
Nah, brother, you keep on saying that word. You're trying to pull one over on me.
Mo, look it up. Look it up, Mo. Emotional
I ain't looking it up. You break that down to me. Because you're trying,
emotional intelligence is this, Mo.
Hey, as the old folks used to say, you're trying to sass me.
No, emotional intelligence is being able to listen to something that you disagree with. And your emotions, you're listening with intelligence for your emotions not to be involved and to cloud your thinking and reasoning. You see what I'm saying? So it's steps and it's practices that you can utilize to be emotionally intelligent. And a lot of Moors, unfortunately, especially the brothers, are not emotionally intelligent. Because you could be saying something that's right all day to Hawker Bay, but if a person is using their emotions and not intelligently using their emotions, then basically this is why you had a conflict that you see on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, I'm a sheik. I've been a sheik since 2005. So if I go to somebody and they talk about, I say, just like in the military, if a sergeant was made 2005 and then you got another sergeant that was made in 2008, I outrank him by 3 years. So he is obligated to sit back and emotionally intelligent reason and think. That's order. But you can tell when people using a title, you know who is who and who not. Because if I got a sheik that outdates me, I'm gonna shut my mouth. Right. And I'm gonna listen, even if I disagree. So no, that term is an actual professional term that corporations use, and not only corporations, but they use it in trainings and things of this nature. So I know who is sheik and who ain't.
So you're gonna lay all that out to me like that. That's what you're gonna do to me on my show. I'm emotional unintelligent right now, brother.
I said look it up. Man, I ain't fooling with you. I'm going to bed, man.
I do it for a fact. I love you, brother. You know I love you, brother. Listen, family. Although I get worked up, see, that's the good thing about me and this brother. And people need to understand this about Brother Tahaga Bay. When I put out a call last month or the month before last, you remember Asar? I put out a call. I called over that Milton Avenue. That's the brother showed up, Brother Asar.
Islam, I know, Islam.
Islam, that's the brother showed up. So we can go back and forth all day. This is just conversation and YouTube. This the magic trick that the prophet did up there on 3140 Indiana Avenue. But behind that, we're going to be healing people. Y'all waiting for y'all ain't even going to know y'all being healed. Y'all still looking for the untying of the rope. Yeah, hey, Scooter, they looking for the rope untied. I can't wait till he untie himself. And you sitting up there, your eyes being open right before you. But when he untie himself, it's going to be fascinating. Wait till he untie himself. And you sitting up there being rid of diabetes. You being rid of colon cancer. You being rid of everything. But you still sitting there. That energy that we putting out is healing you right now. So come on in. Look at your neighbor and say, come on in. No, I'm playing. With that being said, we got my brother Lattimore Bay. He wanted to bring something to the table. I would hope so. Come on, brother. Then we got Elma here. Anything else you want to add, Moorish Muslim?
No, sir, brother, man.
All right, and we're going to take some calls in a minute. Let's get Andre Lattimore Bay, the Sheik from the Midwest. Is Ohio the Midwest, though?
First and foremost, I rise giving perfect praise to the Father of the universe, our Father God, Allah. Highest honors to his holy and divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali. For the sake of time, honors of everything else that was mentioned beforehand, and honors of everything else in the sound of my voice. Islam. Yeah, I got a question. That Byron Allen case, it got decided in the Supreme Court. And he lost the case. And I don't know if you was following the case, but pretty much he had a dispute with Comcast and he said they racially discriminated him. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the factor that happened in the Supreme Court is they're now saying that he has to be able to prove that his race was the motivating factor. They call it a but-for clause, which pretty much is saying he's got to be able to prove that his race is the sole cause why he incurred damages. And that's what they ruled on. So now it goes back to the lower courts. He's got to build a stronger case. But it's pretty much impossible to prove that you being discriminated solely because of your race. All anyone else got to say is any other reason, and now there's a reasonable doubt that that's not the sole cause. So how does the MST of A, protect us from this type of climate because this literally is a landmark decision, because this is done by the Supreme Court. And even the justice that argued for Byron Allen, he still ruled against him. And he even said that, it would be an insurmountable burden for him to prove that race is the sole cause.
Right. So exactly give me an example. How does this affect the Moorish Science Temple of America or its members? Give me an example, like what you mean. Because I do understand that it does take a lot to even say, for instance, even when the police run down on an Asiatic, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to even prove that it was racially motivated. Even on that level, it takes a whole lot to prove that it was racially motivated. That's why you don't get a lot of convictions on a hate crime when you're dealing with police, because it does take a lot to prove that it was racially motivated. For one, they got a job as we speaking to the police. as we speak to the police, they got a job to do. And so normally what they get found guilty of was gross negligence or abuse of power. But the racial thing is really, really, really hard to prove though. And that's even on the lower level. So how do we relate it to the Moorish Science Temple of America in your question?
What I'm asking, because you know Byron Allen, he's an Asiatic, and he was kind of going off a Civil Rights Act from 1866 that it pretty much says African Americans, they got the same rights to contracts as so-called whites. And with this ruling by the Supreme Court, and my current understanding, what this ruling has done now is it's kind of now when you go to court and you trying to prove you've been discriminated against, now the bar is set so high for you to prove that. Now you have to be able to prove that without a doubt. You have to be able to prove that that's the sole cause why you incurred said injury.
Exactly.
Now what I'm asking is, because this is a landmark decision pretty much, what I'm asking is, how does the temple protect us from this type of molestation?
In reality, the temple is is protected by the way of our religion. It's easy to prove when someone violates your religious right. Let me explain this to you. If you're a Moorish American and you went to get a contract for a job or something, of course that'll be hard to prove, because hey, I don't want to hire you because you got a Bay on your name or you got an L on your name. Of course, that'll be hard to prove. But most of the infractions that's against a Moorish American is really blatant. Like when you went to get your driver's license, they don't want you to wear. That's blatant. That's blatant. But the same thing will apply, though, as it relates to even Byron Allen. The same thing will apply. It's up to you to show that race was a motivating factor. So even if you're in the temple, it will be up to the temple, the body, attorneys to prove that race was a motivating factor. But normally, the difference is in the Moorish Science Temple of America, it's usually violation of your religious right. And so it wouldn't even be taken. I wouldn't advise that it be taken on the racial route. It should be taken on the religious route. That's easier to prove. Now I don't know what the Byron Allen situation was with the contracts, how that would fall in the same place. But the Moorish Science Temple of America protects you against the infractions against your religious right. And that's the best I can say about that, because I'm not that in depth and involved in the case, but I do know on every level, the racial thing is really, really hard to prove. Really hard to prove.
Slow.
Islam. And I mean, people looking at it like, it's a Byron Allen thing. But I'm telling you, check all of these cases. See, we get so emotional, as my brother, what he called it, emotional intelligence. We get so emotional about these incidents. But like when they choked that brother out in New York and killed him, when they be killing all of these brothers with police brutality, and we know it's racial, but knowing a thing and being able to prove a thing is two different things. Most people believe and maybe even think they know that O.J. Simpson killed Nicole, but to prove it is another thing. You know what I'm saying? And one of the hardest things to prove is that racial demonstration. Because guess what? Europeans already set up the trap to protect themselves against it. So now guess what we should be doing? Byron Allen got a whole bunch of money. He need to be doing what Tyler Perry did. People might don't like Tyler Perry, but guess what Tyler Perry did? I ain't going to your Hollywood studios. Build my own. That's what
he got his own.
Absolutely. And Byron Allen, he need to do just what Tyler Perry did. He got his own, but he need to expand his own and leave that demonstration alone. Period, point blank. At the end of the day, we was fighting to get on the bus when we had the knowledge and the ability to build our own or buy our own and ride down the same streets and pick up our own people as anybody else could during the time of the bus boycott. So that's what we need to take from this, a lesson in getting our own. And then we don't have to go and say, I need you to make sure that I wasn't violated. We'll have our own. Period, point blank. But yeah, I like to see him do something on the lower court level. He might be able to do it though, because now he know how the rules being played. It's gonna be tough. But he know how the rules. Now he know the rules though. See, it's gonna be tough, but at least he know the rules.
He got to prove it beyond reasonable doubt that that's the only reason why.
Absolutely. So, Brother Elmer Hebb, are you there?
Islam, can you hear me?
I can hear you well, big bro.
Islam, peace. Well, first, I'd like to rise and give all praise to the great God of the universe, Father God Allah, and his illustrious prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and his forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Also, I'd like to give honors to you and Sister Grand Sheik, Islam. Yeah, Muslim. No, I was kind of, politicking with the Moors, what I'm talking about. I was listening to y'all. But man, I was really thinking, Muslim, like I really want to get it popping out here in Sacramento. And I was trying to think about what some good ideas to kind of get it lifted off. Because I'm kind of like a person-to-person type of Moor. I'm talking about. I kind of like to talk to the people. I'm not really too fazzy with the Facebook and all that. But I'm working on it, because I'm getting out of my shyness, because the more and more I'm studying more science, the more and more I'm starting to actually open up to talk to people just a little bit more. I'm talking about. I mean, I'm a real Muslim on the street, but like I don't know, man. I guess I'd be in kind of a shell, because this world is so corrupt, it's so dark, it's so soulless. You know what I mean? But nah, Muslim. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I just wanted to know, what some good ideas to set it off, Islam.
All right. That's our young brother there. That's right. Sacramento. That's gonna be my young protege. So y'all better watch out. When I go into my statesman mode, I'm moving out the way, and Elmer here, he's stepping in. I'm telling you, I got to go into statesman mode. I got to go to the inauguration and those things like the prophet did. And when I step out, that's right, Elmer Head is stepping up. So I'm trying, and I'm gonna tell y'all something all on YouTube right now. Hey, he a shotgun. I got to pull him back sometime. Hold up, bro. Calm down. Let me hit you on the jack. I go back to the man, he went on Ben X demonstration, had been all messed up. Goodness gracious. They start calling me. Do you know this more? Do you know this more? Yeah, that's one of our members, but hold up. It's all right. It's all right. So he don't take no mess. You know what I mean? But honor to you, brother. So, as we spoke before about this, brother, after this Corona scare, brother, we hitting the ground running. After this Corona scare is over, all of our members and around the country will be distributing flyers. All will have business cards coming from the central authority. We're going to put this thing down on the ground and everywhere that you go, that you find those who are interested in joining the Moorish Science Temple of America will have the access and opportunity through you. Through you. This is how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali did this. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not wait on people to show up. He went to the people. And with the eagerness that you have as a young brother, we cannot see. Most of the times, what usually happens with the energy that you have, it will be suffocated. Sit down, Moore. Moore, you don't know nothing. When I was coming up around your age or younger, they say, let me read that. Oh, no, you can't. Moore. Who made you? Allah. Who is Allah? Allah, the Father, universe. Can we see him? No. Where the nearest place we can meet him? In the heart. Okay, Islam more. Get me 20 more, and then I can get you one of these. Real talk. They wouldn't teach you nothing. The good thing about it, of that time, that was sufficient. It made me study and gave me the drive to study. But in this era of time, we are in the microwave age. People want what they want when they want it. You follow what I'm saying? And so when people want the truth, Islam, hold up, brother, say something in closing. When people want the truth, we must be there to give it to them and have access and it be accessible to them immediately. And so we ain't gonna smother your flame, brother. We gonna put you to work. Islam. But hold on. Let me get my brother Sheikh 7. Brother Sheikh 7, anything else you want to say in closing, brother? You are mute. You muted, brother.
Islam.
Islam.
Islam, we just want to say all praise be to Allah, highest honors to the Holy Prophet, honors to all the Moors here, there, and everywhere. Hold on to the rope of Allah. Keep your hands in the hands of Allah. All will be well. Hold on to that gospel plow, Moors. Islam.
Islam. That's my bro, Sheikh 7. So what I'm going to do now before we get out of here, I'm going to put the number in the chat for anybody who wants to chime in. And then we're going to take it one more time around and we're going to get out of here. You know what I mean? Everybody got something to say. Everybody got something to say, but they ain't want to show up today. So listen, anybody, anybody, everybody, somebody scream, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I need you with that Puff Daddy demonstration. Islam, healthy self. Who is healthy self? Come on, family. Y'all be having these funny names. Let me see who up in the chat right now. Oh, you know what, family? Let me say this, family. Do y'all know? Oh, I'm going to have to do it after this call. Islam. Yeah, I was. But I'm about to let you say something first. Hold on one second. I got to fix my mic. You got something you want to share, brother? You ain't going to cuss me out, is you? We friends? Hey, I got to make sure I'm nervous, man. I get nervous. Shoot, I've been busting some ears intellectually. Islam.
Islam to you. Thank you again for being the distinction between those that are trying to hoodwink and bamboozle our people with all this other nonsense in the name of Moorish. By you being the example, like this is what the Prophet said, this is what the Prophet said, this is what he laid down, and we're not going to deviate from that. So I'm glad that you being that example. I really appreciate that. I'm always going to remind you how important that is.
Indeed, brother.
One thing I want to thank is the whole panel, but specifically the brother that's doing the growing of the foods. I'm hoping that the brother that's doing the growing of the foods may be able to do some sort of demonstration, like maybe how to start a home garden.
Hey, brother, I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but let me tell you something. The brother is doing something like that with the Sisters Auxiliary, from seed to grow right now within the temple. Once they finish with that series, I'm going to ask him to make time, and as gracious as he is, I know he will, to make time to come and give some presentation and demonstration as to what's the most practical way that we can start a small garden within our backyard, or even if we have acres of land. Islam?
Islam. Because, yeah. Oh, that's it then. We're going to do it like that then. I really appreciate that because that's the time we're on out here. I'm out in California right now. So, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to what's going on. I know one of the brothers did call up and talk about the coronavirus. He was coming from the standpoint of 5G and all this other stuff. But, and I understand that that's a train of thinking. But, we are, I think, headed towards some sort of food shortage in some way, shape, or form. It might not be the big one, so to speak, but I think that it's coming down the pipe. Last week, prices spiked about 35%. The kale went up, the walnuts went up, all the good food went up. And it just got me to thinking. And then when you look at what's going on in the economy, I'm not the type to follow the conspiracy theories. I like to read. I'll watch it, but I like to read my Wall Street Journal. You know what I mean? I like to read my Bloomberg. I like to read reports. Giving me the mathematics, and what we're looking at is they're talking about the second quarter might be a growth of negative 25%. Negative 25%. This is what the experts, the economists are saying. I went to go fill up some water yesterday at this water place owned by some Chinese people we go to, periodically. You got the polycarbonate bottles, 3 to 2.5 gallon bottles you use. So we go down there to fill up, and we got our own bottles, and he said, well, it's a good thing you got your own bottles because it's going to be 2 months before we can sell bottles.
Wow.
2 months before we can distribute the polycarbonate bottles. The big blue ones that typically you find in the office. I know you probably got some of those, Tar. And we're talking about 2 months before they can sell those. Now think about that. And what else is it going to take 2 months for them to produce? You see what I'm saying? You got to think, right? China went on lockdown, and they produced a lot of goods. So what we're going to see is, basically, the debate is, are we going to see, because everybody knows that the market is dropping. The market has lost 30% of, it's down 30% from what it was in February. So in other words, if I have $1 and I have my money in the market, I only have 70 cents now. When I say that prices of food went up 35%, what I'm saying is, if I spent $100 on groceries last week, it's going to cost me $135 to get the same amount of groceries this week. They're also restricting visas on the border. So certain people that grow the food is not going to be coming back and forth across the border, which is going to affect agriculture. So it made me go back and look at some of the oral statements of the prophet, which I have to take with a grain of sand for obvious reasons for those who know. But as the prophet said, man is truth and false are strangely mixed. So we know that we don't have to totally throw out everything that C. Kirkman Bay produced in that oral statement pamphlet. We have to take it with a grain of sand. But one of the statements, I just wanted to read a few of them, where he says, one day, every wheel of industry is going to stop. And when they start up again, it will be in the Asiatics paper. Now, everybody is in agreement here that, it's not on the panel, but, economists, they agree that there's never been any type of contraction like this. Never. Not 2008, not 1987, not 1952. Even, the market kept dropping 4% over the last, every other day it's dropping 4%. It broke the record for the Great Depression in terms market was dropping. In other words, so basically, you know, it's a couple things I want to get out. I'm not going to be long. I just got to get a couple things out there. The debate is whether or not this is going to be a L-shaped recovery, a V-shaped recovery, or a U-shaped recovery. A V-shaped recovery is a sharp bounce, meaning the prices drop, they spike right back up. We right back where we need to be. We're not worried about nothing. A U-shaped recovery is when it falls and it stays down a little bit, then it comes on back up. And an L-shaped recovery is when it drops straight down like it's kind of dropping now, and then it starts to trade horizontal. And that's going to really hurt. What they're not saying is that we were already headed into a recession. A year and a half ago, you know, there's these big barges, big ships that bring goods over from China. And they were talking about how low the inventory was, how weak the consumerism was on this side. So they were already talking about how we were headed towards a recession. And this had nothing to do with the coronavirus. So now we have to deal with the fact that China was seeing the slowest amount of growth that it had seen for the last 30 years, because their economy was growing like 3 times our size for the last 30 years. And it started to slow down last year, auto sales, so on and so forth. I'm saying all of this to say that I listen to what people are saying, but I also listen to what they're not saying. Because sometimes if you listen to what they're not saying, it can help you put things into perspective. They're not talking about the recession that we were already headed into. They're not talking about how weak our consumer base was going into this coronavirus. So we're going to hit a serious dry spell. I don't know how intense it's going to be, but they're saying there's going to be a 2-month pause, a 2-month gap, a 2-month dip, where you're not going to be able to find the things that you typically find. Water bottles, anything you think that was made in China, you got to think Wuhan is the size of Chicago. So think about how much is produced out of Chicago, and think about that in terms of what Wuhan represented. And then Shanghai had closed. So all I'm saying is, and this is why I was sparked by the brother who I didn't know I'm watching the show. I didn't know the brother was doing the growing food, because I've been online now for about 3 days now. We getting ready to set up a little garden in the back. We're going to clean up certain foods that can grow within 5 to 10 days. We're going to grow them, because we've got a little savings, but it's getting real out here, brother. So the prophet he had several statements. One day the Europeans are going to lock the food up in the warehouses, put soldiers around to guard them, National Guard, and you will go anywhere, he says, to get something to eat. There's a lot of brothers and sisters in that position right now. For example, there's a lot of people on Facebook mad because they didn't pass that stimulus package to give these brothers and sisters that ain't working and our fellow men and women who are not working, to give them some relief. So they failed to pass that. So we got people that's going on that's been laid off. We got 2.5 million people this week filing for unemployment. Thursday, they're going to put out the employment numbers. That's going to shake people up. And they're just printing money. And at the same time, what are we producing? What do we produce? Where are you printing this money from? It's going to come from somewhere. It's going to cost somebody. And our people are going to be the ones that hit the most, because it's our people that's driving the Ubers, driving the Lyft trucks, in the restaurants, doing the services, in the hotels, cleaning the hotels. It's our people that's doing that. So our people are the ones that's going to be hit the most. So also the prophet said, or allegedly said, one day some of you old Moors are going to be so hungry that you are going to bite into your own flesh, and blood will skeet out, and you are going to get angry with yourself because you didn't put up enough food. That was prophecy 27, allegedly. Allegedly 94. One day people are going to be so hungry that the only way that you will be able to turn them away will be at the point of a gun. Allegedly. So, I just wanted to bring those things to the forefront. Another one, 218. Allegedly, Brother I. Cookday says there is going to be famine in the land in the United States. Allegedly. And here you have different brothers and sisters saying basically the same thing. So even though we know C. Kirkman Bay went one way, that even though the prophet said go this way, we know that, come on, 5, 6 brothers and sisters talking about the same thing. We know that it has to be some sort of morsel of truth. And we had a bona fide prophet. I trust everything that came out the prophet's mouth. Every word. So that's what my antennas are up now. I'm kind of looking around like, because there's brothers and sisters in Northern California right now watching brothers and sisters come out the grocery store, hitting them upside their head with guns, taking their groceries. This is happening in Oakland right now. They got the National Guard out here. You know they watch these brothers and sisters down here in the project because the money getting funded. Now they enforce, they putting up a curfew in New Jersey, 8 o'clock, you got to be off the street. You know, a lot of our brothers and sisters panhandle. We don't have savings. Like I day trade, I can get in the market, make a few dollars here and there so we can eat. I know how to do that, but everybody can't do that. So I'm just saying that we need to really look at this food thing because it does take finance to uplift a nation. And two laws I'm gonna leave it with this. It's 2 laws. The first 2 laws of economics are. One is resources flow towards profit. That's the first law of economics. If you got a resource, it's going to flow towards profit. You got some water, that's a resource. It can flow towards profit. You got some land, you can put some seeds in there. You can grow some seeds. You can go to the market and sell it or barter it. I got some bananas. You got some tomatoes. I got some olives. We can barter that because it's a resource. It flows towards profit. The second law is supply and demand. And what we are experiencing right now is the weakening of the demand side. Because, see, China was the supply side. They stopped basically for about almost 60 days. So that supply dropped. Now, here we are on the demand side. We dropped. So we're going to get a hit. It's coming. Prices are raising. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say. I'm a lot of people wrong, but I just want to put that out there.
Well, I'm going to say this, brother. You need to consider joining the Moorish Science Temple of American Studies, the Noble Temple, and be our economist, brother, because you went all the way in this time. Yes, sir, brother. We need to get on some of that day trading. We need a little bit of all that.
I'm with it, Miles. I just sit here. I listened to the whole show. I just was listening, taking it all in. And I'm here more like I always tell you, man, I'm here to support, man.
Indeed. Indeed, brother. Well, we're going to be catching up on the back end of this, boy, okay, and see how we can build even further. Islam?
Islam. Peace to y'all more.
Islam. Peace, brother. So let me say this, family, before we pass it around real quick. So, Islam. So let me say this before I pass it around real quick. That was a nice, healthy conversation. In the words of my brother Loaded Lux, so healthy. That was a healthy conversation right there. As you had to be grown folk to really get the understanding and the feeling of what he was talking about. You gotta be grown folk. But with that being said, family, let me indulge me for a second, family. So we the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples, our Sisters Auxiliary are having a poetry. That's right. They are having a poetry night on Zoom. They did it before and they're about to do it again. Last time it was a big success. So sisters, now brothers, you're not allowed to come on up in there and start spitting your bars and start talking, but hold up, sis, listen to this one. I wrote this back in 2015. Nah, sisters have this poetry demonstration, and the Sisters Auxiliary, they build the bonds of affection by doing activities amongst each other that's predicated upon the talents of what they have and the education that they can be provided to help themselves as well as the family. And so I think last month they had a seeding program that they did with brother Mazouk Sheikh Mazouk Razin El. And in that, I wasn't in it, so I'm going to make a little bit conjecture. I'm thinking it was about planting some seed. Matter of fact, I got Razin here. Brother Razin, real quick, for the sisters that may be interested, This is not for you to try to get you to join the Moorish Science Temple of America. This is about sisters bonding with one another, learning the things necessary to help make them better people and bond with each other as they move towards the future. But brother, what was that seed program about that you taught, I think it was last month?
Islam. I rise once again and give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe. I give high honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and I give honors to everything that's been honored before me. What I was teaching was how, first of all, how to germinate the seeds. Well, first of all, how to pick your plot. What kind of, are you growing in the ground, bucket, raised bed, whatever. Then how to germinate your seeds. And then also, like for instance, what I was teaching about the fertilizers is I taught about the red wiggler worm. It's got a scientific name, but you feed those worms like your scraps from salads, lettuce, whatever. You can even bed them in newspaper, and they will eat the newspaper. And then their manure is one of the best, or the best fertilizer there is. And so also, you know, when you, once you start growing your food, you know, then you try to preserve it. So we're going to also get into the jarring phase of it too. And then once you do, at the end of the season, then you the farmers lay down a cover crop. So what I use is crimson clover, and that replenishes the soil, not only with the, and legumes does it too. Soybeans, green beans, whatever type bean, it puts the nitrogen back in the soil. And then at the end of the season, you plant a cover crop, which like I just said, I use crimson clover. And that not only puts the fiber back in the soil, but also the nitrogen. And then I was teaching about how to compost. Most people, they'll just take a bunch of stuff and throw it in a pile and call it compost. But compost, it's when you mix a nitrogen with a carbon. And once that and you also need the moisture. Once those two mix, it's heating up, but it's not from the heat of the sun. It's from the heat from the organisms eating each other up, and it breaks the soil down and makes it it goes through 3 temperature ranges, and then it goes once it comes back down, it's a growable medium. And I've grown a lot of that's what I'm doing now in my gardens that that I'm using. But that's basically what we're going to learn throughout this season. And the fellas, we got to catch up, because they're going to take off. They're looking at everything they want to grow. And then once they start jarring their food, we're going to be behind if we don't get out there and work hard to stay up with them. So that's where I'm at with that. Everything we're dealing with is science, and we have to do it. And I like the brother that just spoke, that called in. The garden is the way to go. And like he said, the kale went up, so grow kale. And also the best insecticide, they're organic, but like for instance, the chrysanthemum flower. It's a certain chrysanthemum species that if you grow it, the flower, you cut the flower, let it dry. Then you can boil it in water, strain it off. And the chemical that's in it is pyrethrin. And pyrethrin is what they use to kill wasps. It's in wasp spray. And there's another one. It's called was dipel, but the I can't read my glasses. I don't have my glasses. But this is the active ingredient comes out the ground, and this one to kill worms. So the dipel doesn't get the worms, but if you use the combination of those, like the last year was the first time I used that combination, and my greens and my kale were the biggest and nicest looking leaves that I've ever had. And that's because I kept the bugs off of them. So I don't want, that's where I ended right there. That's my measure.
Hey, brother, I am so proud to be amongst you, brother. I'm proud to call you brother. I'm telling you, brother, when you speak, man, hey, brother Latimer, man, there's a spirit behind him when he speak. You know, you like feel man. This is one thing that the noble temples attract. We attract those who speak with such energy and such passion, even if it's under a calm tone. It's phenomenal to me. It's like, I don't, man, when all the way from when you hear Brother Elmer here, and when he said, now, what he always say? He said, now I'm talking about, now I'm talking about. Even when he say that, it's such a genuineness with him. You know what I'm saying? And our brother Brian L., he come in with that same genuineness, man. And I'm telling you, man, praise the Lord for my genuineness, man, because I wouldn't been able to attract brothers like Asar and all the good brothers and sisters within the noble temples, man. We got Sister Kelly Dukes Bay in the chat tonight. Good goodness of gracious. The Sheik is in the chat tonight. Come on now. We working now. We got the sister, the Sheik is Dukes Bay in the chat tonight. Now you know we working. See, yeah. Sister said, I don't do, say, Grand Sheik, I don't do all that, you know, YouTube stuff, Grand Sheik. That's what she said. But we got the sister there, and we need to bring the sister on the channel too. You know, I think that'd be a good show to bring her on with Brother Mazouk Razin, because they be producing two things similar alike to one another. And then I think another great show would be Sister Nadia Huntabay, as well as Sister J. Will L., because they produce two things similar alike. Then I think another show would be Sheik, what's my brother, D. Jackson L. and Sheik Seals Bay, because they produce things similar alike. I'm trying to tell you, and we intellectuals just can sit back and enjoy it, you know, but we have so much talent within the noble temples. And I'm telling you, family, if you are interested in joining the noble temples, I see the assistant Grand Sheik, and I didn't even talk about the assistant Grand Sheik, Latimer Bay. I mean, we got so much talent. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And I mean, I can go on for on. Quincy Robinson L., Brother Blackston Bay. I mean, we just got amazing talent and you know, if you want to contribute to this talent pool that we are using to build our nation, hit the email, joinnobletemples@gmail.com. But with that being said, family, I need y'all to indulge me. So the Sisters Auxiliary are doing this thing called, I think it's called something to the effect, say that, sis. So if you are on Facebook, sisters, if you are on Facebook, you can either inbox me, or you can find the page, Say That Sis. And here it is. Cultivating the bonds of affection through spoken word. They will be tomorrow. They will be doing this tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. Your hostess will be Sister Sheikess Nadia Hunter Bay. And they are going to have spoken word. Now, this is not an exclusive Moorish American event. This is an exclusive our event. In other words, if you are us and you are a sister, join on in. You got the coronavirus scare in your neighborhood too. Join on in. Ain't nobody gonna be like, girl, you ain't got no turban on. Ain't nobody gonna be like, Girl, you ain't got no Quran. Ain't nobody gonna be like, what temple you go to? Ain't nobody gonna be doing all that stuff. All you got to do is come on in. And I hope you bring your talent with you, because this is not your grandmama's Moorish Science Temple of America. You will most likely will be able to share your talents also. These meetings with the Sisters Auxiliary is not stuck in the clutches of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Sisters Auxiliary, as being a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's for everybody. So let me see if I can escape this so I can share it with you real quick. So 1 second. So if you want to go, it's 7:30 to 9:30. Go on to that Facebook page, hit it up. I wish I would have did this earlier, but and when the earlier shows, but we live and we learn, and we'll do it better next time, because I'll be slipping too. I'll be doing a lot. But anyway, virtual open mic for sisters, cultivating the bonds of affection through spoken word. And in this open mic session, sisters will recite poetry or spoken word about womanhood, religion, spirituality, etc. And afterwards, share our 5 senses on each piece. In other words, spit your bars, tell me about it. This is our second Say That Sis event, and we are looking forward to it being a bigger success than our last. I don't know who that is. Than our last. This is a perfect opportunity for sisters who write to share their words and comfort of their homes via the Zoom video platform. Message sis, I'm glad I got it. Message Sister Robin Wilkins L for more information for the meeting link. Pearl Drew Ali Sisters Auxiliary are inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. Say That Sis. And that's going to be at 7:30, family. Now, let me tell you, I'm glad I just seen a link, because now what I'll do is I will add the Sisters Auxiliary link. And again, if you sisters like to grow food, if you like to sew, if you don't know how to sew, if you don't know how to crochet, if you don't know how to grow food, if you're interested in newer techniques of growing food, as Brother Mazouk Razin El the Sheikh explained new techniques to make sure you have the biggest leaves of kales you ever seen in your life. If you do not have that understanding, then email the Noble Temple Sisters Auxiliary, join in with them and get these skills. Ain't nobody telling you Cash App. This ain't a Sabir Bay. All right, Cash App me. Okay, I'm gonna give you this class and sell you this class for $50. Cash App me. And brothers, what you need to do is get some of your wives, your children, your sisters, and get them involved. Let them know. Let your sisters know. Let your wives know. Let your girlfriends know. Like, sis, listen, somebody is going to have to preserve these seeds. Sis, won't you just go up in there and see what they're talking about? Matter of fact, I'm going to take notes on the side. So while Brother Mazouk Razin up there, they can't see you outside of the camera. You go in and take some notes so you can get them seeds and get this lesson. Ain't nobody talking about hit my Cash App and then Mazouk Razin, he going to show up in Morocco talking about, see, this is where the Sultan was at in Morocco. Hit my Cash App. And then he going to show up in Turkey talking about, hey, I'm in Turkey now. The Fez is originally from Turkey. All right, hit the Cash App. Seed Man, Cash App. Seed Man, Cash App. He ain't going to do all of that. He trying to give you something that you can take into the next generation, but first and foremost, preserve you and your people and your household of this day and time, and hopefully your community. Last but not least, family, I got to do it. That's right, I got to do it. Listen, many people have subscribed and reached out for the Sisters Auxiliary. See, we doing things here. For the Sisters Auxiliary raffle drawing. We're going to have that drawing Wednesday or Thursday. I'm telling you, tickets are $15. 2 tickets are $20. And only reason I pushed it back is because I've been doing too much, and I'm always doing too much, but I'm going to get myself together and slow it down a little bit. But anyway, in this raffle basket, you have the Fez dolls. Come on. You if you still buying your baby them European stuffed dolls and teddy bears, and you ain't got a Fez doll and you calling yourself a Moorish American, you got a problem. You got a major problem. Now, after this raffle, these Fez dolls, they're going to be on sale individually. Right now, most of them is exclusively with this raffle basket right now. And as you can see, our brother Mazouk Razin El, the Sheik, he produces his hot sauce from his own pepper. Matter of fact, let our brother Mazouk Razin tell us about this hot sauce that we have here that we'll be giving away on stage 2 if the price is right. Brother Mazouk Razin, the floor is yours, brother. Tell us about this hot sauce.
Islam. The name of them, we got 2. Actually, we're going to have 3 sauces, 3 different flavors. But right now, we have soul sauce, which is a cayenne-based hot sauce. And then we have sassy sauce. It's a little bit hotter. Soul sauce is cayenne-based pepper sauce, and sassy sauce is Jamaican Scotch bonnet sauce. And then we're going to have a third one with the old Moorish label on it, and that's where you'll see that, and hopefully it'll be some of us Moors that really get out and push that, because everywhere these sauces go, we're going to advertise in that area. And then once these start flowing, we're going to some barbecue sauce and a few other sauces, and that's what we got to look for in the future.
Islam, honor to you, big bro. So that's the sassy sauce from our Sheik Mazouk Razin El. Also within the box, we're going to have children's workbooks. My sons have been working these books for a little while now. And I'm talking about my not my sons, because those older. Let me get it right. My son Taji, he's had these books for a minute. You know what I mean? But we have been lucky to be given some more from the Sheikas Shanti and the Sheik Bilal Harris El out of Syracuse, New York. And they contribute to our basket with these workbooks for your children. I wish I had one on my hand right now so you can see the most dynamic work that can be done as your children or child will learn the principles of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali through coloring, through crossword puzzles, et cetera, et cetera. So I think this will be of great interest. $15 for 1 ticket, 20 for 2. And then we have our brother Sheik D. Jackson L, who makes the t-shirts. This will also be in the basket. Don't call me black. No. And that's just what it is. As simple as that. Don't call me black. And on the flip side of that, we have the Sheik's J. Williams L. And I'm telling you, I love this soap right here. I'm trying to tell you what I know. I love this. The Earth Goddess. The Earth Goddess soap is something serious. See, I'm a cheap guy. I'll tell you the truth. I give me some Jergens or Ivory. I'm good. I ain't tripping off all that old fancy stuff. But let me tell you something. All that fancy stuff be making me itch. I use this. You know what happened is we were supposed to take some of this soap down to Atlanta in January, and raise a little bit money for the temple, send a little bit back to our brother and sister, but it came a day late, but it wasn't $1 short. So I used the bar. Good goodness of gracious. My skin was silky smooth. Sister Robin couldn't keep her hands off me. I'm trying to tell you, there was some serious soap. She couldn't keep her hands off me. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, the Earth Goddess had her Earth Goddess hands all on me. I was simply irresistible. I'm trying to tell you. And let me tell you, this is the Noble Collections hats. Now, within the line of that Noble Collections, you see the Moorish American nobles. So we got the Noble Collection hat going to also be in the box. The hat alone is worth $30. We ain't even talking about the hot sauce. We ain't even talking about the soap. You follow me? The Noble Collection hat's going to be in the box. And then another fascinating soap. Let me tell you something. I've been around for a long time in this so-called conscious world. Anybody ever buy that black soap? Everywhere you go, black soap, the black soap. And you buy that black soap, it's all right. But this is the liquid demonstration. Liquid multi-purpose black soap and whipped shea butter is also going to be in there. Now, come on now. If you've been on that old fake conscious path and you got that old hardcore black soap, here is the liquid version. Stop playing. It's going to make you simply irresistible. I'm trying to tell you. And so, again, family, this was the first of the Say That Sis done October 2019. It was a success then, and we ask that you help us make it a success this time. Tomorrow, the 24th, all you got to do is send the email, and come on in and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Come on in and enjoy yourself. That's right. Now, with that being said, let me start with my brother Asar, you know what I mean, before I get them in trouble. Let me tell you something. I'm known to get Moorish Americans in trouble because I talk too much. You know what I mean? Brother Asar, that's my main man. I'm trying to tell you. But he got a sister over there, but to knock him right up off that chair. He gonna have to cut his camera off. And all you gonna hear is a doop, 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 doop. Because he been on this demonstration too long. So let me give it to brother Sister Sandy. I'm sorry, sis. My apology. But she about to knock him. She about to knock him right out that chair. Oh, brother, you been on here all this time, and y'all just, and you about to doop, 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 doop. I tell you. So I don't want no trouble. So I'm going to yield the floor to Brother Asar.
Islam, my brothers get praised. You got a good sense of humor. What I want to do is promote that shea butter. I got skin irritation, and this shea butter healed my skin. So, Sister Sheikh Nadia, yeah, this stuff works. So I'm just promoting that. And I just want to say, Islam, I enjoyed this time here. Islam, peace.
Indeed. And family, real soon we're going to do shows where as though we can really put emphasis on how you can get these products. Right after we finish with this raffle on Thursday, I am going to showcase one product from the Moorish Science Temple of America style as the Noble Temples, so you can have access to these products almost immediately. So the same way that I showcase this raffle in the middle of the show, towards the end of the show, we're going to showcase one product every show. If you're not a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America style as the Noble Temples, and you want to have your product, promoted and pushed on the Moorish World TV platform, I ask that you email me at taharkabay@gmail.com. Yes, there will be a small fee so we can expand. You know, if my camera drop, I got to spend $250 to go get another one. So, but if you are a member of the Noble Temples, your dues have you covered. That's just what it is. Hey, man, there's perks for membership. It is what it is. Get mad at me. I support you, brother. Let me hold $1, man. Listen. Support gone. With that being said, let me pass it on to my brother Sheik, Brother Mazouk Raziel. Brother, anything you want to say in closing, big brother?
Islam. My last thing I want to say is everybody work on the food, grow your food, because the brother that spoke by phone, he couldn't have stressed it any better. We got to be able to take care of ourselves, and you can't rely on what's at the store. So grow your own food. Islam.
And in the building, we got that boy, that 305. Man, listen, man, I want to meet that, brother. That boy, 305. Wait, hey, brother, real talk, brother. Brother, come on, man. Won't you email me, man? You know you remind me of, it's a brother in the chat, go by the name of That Boy 305. I love that name. But let me tell you something. You know who he remind me of? He remind me of that guy on YouTube, Anonymous. You know what I mean? Anonymous. You follow me? Anonymous. But he's not anonymous. He's that boy, that 305. With that being said, brother, Lattimore Bay the Sheik. Brother, you want to take us on out, brother? Come on, spit them bars. I know you got them.
Islam. I'm just enjoying the show. As you know, I enjoyed everyone's input, and I just want to say, stop stressing about the Rona. If you off work, enjoy it. Spend some time with your kids. Spend some time with yourself. Get your thoughts together. Work out. You know, enjoy it. Like, just chill out. That's it. Islam. Peace and love.
Peace and love, family. And I'm gonna take y'all out with one of my favorite songs today. And brother Lattimore Bay, I'm telling you, man, I need to catch up on a whole lot of things. But brother, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do everything in my power to catch up on a few things with during this Rona season. I'm gonna catch up with these phases. I'm gonna catch up with these songs. I'm gonna catch up with these books. I'm gonna catch up with a lot of stuff. But brother, for your listening pleasure, this is one of my favorite songs right now. Here we go. We're gonna take it out with this.
What should I write? What can I say?
We're gonna take it out like this, family.
What can I tell you?
Check. Yes, sir.
What should I write?
Let me talk to him.
What can I say?
What you know about that, Lattimore Bay?
How can I tell you how much?
Y'all been tripping lately. I know you starting to hate me because I'm exposing y'all for sleeping frozen off, sleeping at the wheel, acting like you real. You got my prophet on the back burner with the oatmeal. I bring them to the front, and then you want to front talking all tough, but this ain't what you really want. I'm for peace, but my scimitar sharp now. I represent the ones that put that old card down. The card jagging off, got you sounding mad soft. It's just a night of shrine, me will fight you out your mind. To go against me, the Sultan of the West. Stand down or I will put your weak knowledge to the test. You better ask somebody back in your last life. I will run up on you 45 mass sight. I'm the revealer now. I take the mask off. I tell the truth and let the truth blast y'all. I love that song. I love that song. Hey. Thank you, family. Thank you for tuning in. We be back on Wednesday and Thursday. How about that? I know some old folks. I know some Moors who ain't no joke. They don't be YouTubing. They don't be Facebooking. But yeah, they looking. I see they demonstrating, sounding like it's 85 lies you was told from them old Moors you keep alive. I keep it fresh though. Tell you how the fed go. The head don't know, then the whole body mad. So, brother, we be back on Wednesday. I hope you back with me. That road ain't that bad. Listen. That Rona is not that bad. Wash your dirty hands anyway. Don't let the Rona confuse you. You should be washing your hands anyway. Them nasty hands, you should be washing them anyway. I'm trying to tell you. You ever go to a public restroom and you stand next to somebody, you go to the sink and they go to the door. Oh my God. Oh my God. You right there with him. You know what I mean? Ain't no freaky diggy stuff, but he right next to you in the urinal. You go to the sink, he go to the door. Oh my God. Oh. And then you got to grab a napkin and open the door because you seen him touch the knob. Oh, Wash your filthy hands, family. Wash your filthy hands. And I'm going to wash mine. With that being said, peace and love, family. I appreciate y'all. But I'm going to act like I shut it down so we can hear a saw thump go down. Doop, doop, doop. I love y'all, family. Peace and love, Moors. Peace and love. I'm out of here.